All right, welcome back, you guys. For another round of DRL, we are in the winner's bracket, the semi-finals today, dude. One of them. Let me see, has Iron not started their stream yet? Okay, I guess not. But we are starting in like now, basically. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let's check the bracket here really quick, dude. This is a big one because whoever wins this, is heading off to the winner's bracket final. So here's where we're at right now. Right here, Romain versus ironyeu. Romain has had quite a run to this point, dude. Finished 14th in the qualifier. Romain's just checking his class right now. We should probably check, but Romain finished 14th in the qualifier. So kind of like it's top 16 made it into the winner's bracket. So he's close. But look at these matches he had, dude. He won by 2 against Nior, who was the number 3 seed. Beat Rakushane by 3, who's the number 6 seed. He's gone on a sick run, dude. Meanwhile, ironyeu has been kind of cruising through to this point. So we will see. Okay, there we go. Iron is starting his stream. And we can check out what kind of classes we got going on here, too. What is happening here? There we go. All right, what do we got here, man? But yeah, this is a big one because whoever wins this is going to face Forsa in the winner's final. And then, of course, that match is, like, massive because then, the ultimate goal is to win the grand final. And if you win the winner's bracket, you have a, huge advantage in the final. But if you lose, the good part about, the double elimination for these players is that if they lose, they're not out of it. I guess we didn't check the loser's bracket, but if they lose, they actually have a fairly short path back to the grand final. But then you're you're going to be such an underdog when you can only start with, if you come out of the loser's bracket, then you have to win 2 straight games against the winner of the winner's bracket. So, yeah, we got a prediction up. All right, any interesting starting classes? We got a Zamor curved sword. Is that the best they have? I mean, they're both on it. Zamor curved sword. We have seen that work pretty well. It's maybe not the best end game build. There's also what is that? Just a great mace, I think. Yeah, nothing too crazy on this one. Yep, the Grand Mace. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The Spellblade set as well. I think it's only one piece of it, but that is an extra 2%. But I mean, I guess it does hit a lot, but that 2% probably isn't going to do too much necessarily, but who knows? But yeah, for people who haven't seen any DRL before, this is the Deathless Randomizer League, where these players, they get score based on killing bosses. They both have the same randomizer seed. The more... They have a 2-hour time limit. The person who can kill more bosses in that time limit wins. And where the Deathless part comes in is if they die, the amount of bosses that they killed at the time of their death is their score, and they're locked at that score. So pretty much, if one player gets to 20 bosses and they die, their score is locked at 20. They can continue on because they haven't necessarily lost. Because if the other player then goes on to die, then both scores, if they both have one death, their scores unlock, and then it's just, they cancel out. So they just keep going. So, yeah, dying is really bad. Hence the name Deathless in the Randomizer League. Most of the time, if you die, you're going to lose, but we have seen some very hard seeds where players died numerous times, and you never know what can happen. So you got to simply keep playing if you die, because you still have a chance. And these players also do not know what is going on with their opponent. Their chats are closed. They're not allowed to look at anything else. So, if they die, they don't know if their opponent has died or anything like that. So they got to keep going. And last game, we saw just a catastrophic death right at the end, basically, when it seemed so in control for one player, and they died right at the end and then ended up losing. So very entertaining, dude. But we actually, I mean, I definitely feel like the Zamor curved sword it's more appealing. But I think also starting with that Great Mace makes a lot of sense too. Great Mace is a great hammer, I believe. And so, you know what? If you start with... That's maybe the higher risk play. Is if you start with the Great Mace, and then you end up getting another Great Hammer pretty early, then you are looking real nice. And then... But yeah, I mean, but on the other hand, I guess if you don't get anything, then this Zamor curve sword is going to be way better than a single Great Hammer, so... Will they... I guess there's also... I didn't get to see what weapon this is. I can't tell what it is. It's not the Freya curved sword, is it? I don't think so. Looks like they have a few different starting options here, though. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, Romain is definitely locked into that Zamor curved sword, which I think, like, certainly not a bad choice. But yeah, no clear... #1 pick here, I guess. It totally depends on what they end up picking up at, or I guess throughout the seed. Yeah, okay, the horn dudes. Yeah, it looks like their weapon. I don't think I've ever used it before though, but yeah, we will see what kind of seed we get. The last seed was... Oh, you know what? It's also got the colossal, the DTS weapons there, so maybe that's why he's going with it. Yeah. So he's gonna go with the colossal weapon start. Iron is, and then Romain's going with that Zamor curved sword. And as we know, Zamor curved sword is one of the best weapons in the early to like kind of mid game. It's one of the best. Oh man, Iron is really not sure what to go with here. I guess I don't blame him. Yeah, it looks like there are a couple good picks. I don't know. The Zamor curved sword is the safe one, I think. That's the safe pick. But if you want to have a potentially really good build with double Great Hammers, which is the meta, that's what everyone wants in this. It's either you want a Death's Poker, I mean. You either want a Death's Poker or you want double Great Hammers or double Colossals or something similar. That does a lot of poise damage and can attack pretty quick. Like, I feel like Great Hammers is the most common one we've seen. I don't think I've seen a paired Colossal build yet. But I'm pretty sure that's also really, really solid build. Yeah, Romain is coming into this, like, is he even the underdog at this point? Because Iron was #2 in the qualifier and has sailed to this point. So Iron's got to be the favorite for this, but Romain has battled his way up here, is on an insane streak. I don't know, man. This is going to be a good match, hopefully. But yeah, I was saying the last seed we got was super easy up until the very end game, where they were in Altus and they got all the hard bosses, and that's where we saw that late death. But, you know, the seed before that one was one where we saw players struggling the whole way through. They didn't have a good build, which is one of the, like, #1 factors in how hard a seed is going to be, right? Because, like, you can get really hard bosses, but if you just blast them before they could do anything, and you're not going to have too hard of a time, which is kind of what happened on the last one. But yeah, if, you know, we'll see what kind of builds these guys get, and then after that, if they get, you know, you could get really dangerous bosses, like some DLC fights right at the start of the game, like Roman or something, can be really bad. So we will see what they get. They're going to be starting in less than 1 minute as well. I'm going to refresh the overlay. Well, I guess once I start, I probably should. And then there's another thing I didn't mention too is they get 2 random starting graces. It's not totally random, but in 2 random areas. And those extra graces come into play when they have a direct route to Altus, pretty much. Because Altus is a big deal, and there are obviously numerous ways to get there. Deathless Lift is one way the players are going to be hoping for. Okay, we're starting soon. The Precipice is kind of like the last resort way. If you can't find if you can't find the Deathless Lift, if you don't have a good starting grace, then you're going to go through the Precipice. But the only problem is Precipice is really slow. All right, we are starting, dude. At least Romain is. It's fine. It's based on in-game time, so if there's a slight discrepancy in when they start, doesn't matter. Okay, we got Jagged Peak and Lane Dell. We do have Lane Dell. I don't think I've seen a Lane Dell one yet, dude. Wonder which lane Dell one that is. But presumably that's Altus access, right? So Dectus probably will not come into play here. I mean, surely you can get out of lane Dell. All right, and they did both go with that Zamor Curve Sword class, so no advantage for either player right now. It'll be interesting if we see... Oh, it's West Capital Rampart, okay. If we see a Great Hammer pop up somewhere in a merchant shop or something, then it might be a missed opportunity for one of these guys, potentially. Because I do think long-term, the double bonk with the Great Hammers is definitely better than his more Curve Sword. But I guess it's not going to matter. Both picking up the Sacred Tier. They're going to head over to the shop. So they start out with enough runes, which they've already leveled up. They started with enough runes to level up to level 30 right at the start of the game. And they also get 50 random items, including talismans and armor and all kinds of stuff. And so most of that stuff is garbage, or they're just not going to need it. And so we're going to see them selling, you know, anything that's like somewhat expensive, selling because the main goal is to get upgraded as soon as possible. They do have this format does have auto upgrade turned on. All right, we're going to check the shop. But basically that means that okay, he's just selling all of his stuff. It didn't look like anything good in the shop. But it basically means that as soon as they upgrade one weapon or whatever, usually it's a seal that they upgrade first. Whatever upgrade level they get that to, every weapon that they pick up from that point to the rest of the match will be the same upgrade level as their highest upgraded item. And so what they're going to do is they're going to upgrade a seal because they're super light and upgrade cost is based on weight. They upgrade a seal and drop whatever weapons they picked up that they want to use. And then once they pick up those weapons, they're just going to be upgraded. And so they save a bunch of money. And that also means that power stance meta, that's why it exists pretty much. In normal gameplay, upgrading 2 Great Hammers or Colossal Weapons, super expensive, dude. You know, not only... They also have reduced upgrade cost as well with the smithing stones. Okay, we got a lightning ball. Got a lightning ball. It's coming in hot, dude. Romain goes a little bit wider, doesn't even get hit by it. Dude, that could have been dangerous right away, right there, but yeah, they have reduced smithing stone costs, so you only need 3 of each smithing stone type. Sombers are the same. They're like same as base game. But yeah, that's what enables the power stance build, because it's just normally you need so many smithing stones to get those upgraded to plus 24 or plus 9 or whatever. And it's just so expensive because, again, heavier it is, the more expensive it is, and it's very significant. Like, smithing stone weapons can start costing up to what like 7k when you're 7k per upgrade level once you're getting close to plus 25. I don't know what the actual most is, but yeah, so they upgrade a seal, basically costs nothing. And just like that, they have 2 big bonking weapons upgraded. So it's kind of a cool meta. Like, it's pretty unusual for that to be a really good build. But with these circumstances, it definitely is. And it's so much damage. So much damage and poison damage. Okay, we're both checking the graveyard. Enemies aren't bad. Insane. Oh, and there is a Great Hammer, dude. Ooh. Yep, that's the Smith's Grip Great Hammer, I believe. And an Ancient Somber Stone. See, like, right now, I guarantee both of these players are... Yeah, I mean, you saw Iron right there, just like in the menu over that Great Hammer. I guarantee both of these players right now are terrified that the opponents start with that Great Hammer class, dude. But we'll see. I mean, there could be another Great Hammer somewhere, but that's exactly what I was saying. The higher risk play was probably start with that Great Hammer. You know, what you're risking is a worse early game than the Zamor Curve Sword, but if you pick up a Great Hammer early, then that simply would have been better. But you know what? We know that it doesn't actually matter for either player because they both did not pick that Great Hammer class, so... But there also just could be another one somewhere. That's probably what they're going to be looking out for. If they do find another Great Hammer, then their builds are going to be set. They got Zamor Curve Sword for early game. There's a Falx in here in the shop too, man. We've seen the Falx do really well. I think it's probably worth buying. I didn't see if Iron bought it. Romain thought about it, but I don't think he did. Maybe they just don't have enough money yet. The early game money is very tight because you're trying to get as much as possible to upgrade your weapon. That's the number one thing. We'll see what they get to. Generally, I feel like players are getting, you know, around plus 15 to plus maybe Yeah, it looks like we're getting a plus 15 on this one for iron. Maybe we've seen like plus 17 as well. But we'll see. They upgrade the seal. Yeah, Romain gets plus 16. Upgrade the seal, and then they pick up the weapon that they dropped, which will then be upgraded to plus 16 or, you know, equivalent somber stone upgrade. Iron's going to go check this beach merchant. I definitely think the best plays... Yeah, plus 6 is a more curved sword. Best routes, or the most, I would say, consistent routes in this format, because it is RNG, right? Obviously, we're doing a randomizer. Checking all of the shops you can at the start definitely seems like the best play. You want to get as many item checks as possible. And it's just simply because the reason it's so high percentage is just if there's a really good item in one of the shops, you just want to have it for the most duration on the run. Like, you want to have it for the maximum amount of time. But we are seeing a little difference in routing here. Romain's going to the Deathbird replacement boss in Liurnia, which this is like a pretty standard route we've seen people do. Whereas Iron goes to check the beach merchant right away. He's going into the first, well, I guess second boss now. It's a Beastman Farm Missoula. Romain's got to be a little careful here, dude. Oh my goodness, dude, I didn't realize they had that death physic. That was close already. Iron's fighting, what is this? Jagged Peak Drake, but Romain does get the kill. That was really close. I was saying he's got to be a little careful. Like, the damage was good, but... Oh, boy. Oh, and they get a grafted blade. Romain gets a grafted blade from that Liurnia boss. Iron gets some more money, though. Damn, some high-value drops right away here. Yeah, Iron gets a nice little rune boost. He's going to be able to upgrade more. I wonder if he's going to buy the Ulks. I don't know if it's necessary, but it might be nice to have... Let's have a Blade of Mercy right there. Or whatever that talisman's called. I think that's a good pickup, too. That's 20% more damage for like 20 seconds after you post somebody. Very easy to activate that. I would have picked that up probably, but I don't think Iron did. Hey, is this finally the time we can see some Grafted Blade gaming, dude? I've been waiting to see that since the first match, but they don't have another Colossal Sword yet. All right, Romain going into a Rotten Duelist. See if he plays this as risky, but look at that damage, dude. That's why Zamor's so good. Insane Hyper Armor on the Ash of War. You get Frostbite. A lot of poise damage as well, like an kind of absurd amount of poise damage. It's such a good weapon in the early game. Beautiful kill by Romain right there. But the only problem is that it drops off because I believe it only scales with upgrade level. The Ash of War does. Whereas the really good weapons like Death's Poker, they scale better in the late game because the Ash of War still scales with intelligence. All right, Iron going to the Tree Sentinel in Limgrave. And he's maxed out already, dude. I really like that. Gets maxed out right away. The Deathbird, he's got that strike damage. Romain fighting a troll right now, gets destroyed. Oh, he got on horse maybe a little early there. Again, Deathbird kind of trying to troll a bit. Nice kill from each. Oh, what will we see, dude? It's really just what is the next big weapon they're going to pick up? I would love to see a Colossal Sword just because I'm curious on how good that would be with the Grafted Blade spamming the Ash of War. There's an opportunity, and I believe... Oh, they got some unlimited crabs as well. That's... I maybe would have bought a couple of those, but... Unlimited crabs for, I think, 120 runes each at Kale. I mean, it's all about doing damage and speed and stuff, but... It's also nice to not die. Right? So maybe would have picked up a few of those, especially if I'm going to some open world boss that looks dangerous. Maybe just pop one of those. Get some physical damage reduction. Yeah, Iron right now has up... Oh, Iron's stuck in the trees. The biggest enemy in the game. But Iron has upgraded to max. Romain is still at plus 16 right now. But Romain should have enough money to go upgrade to max out right now. They both picked up an Ancient Somber Stone. Yeah, Romain just checking out his weapons. Like, which one do I want to use? This is what he's thinking. Like, what have I got? You know, he's on the lookout for another great Colossal Sword. A Great Hammer, potentially, is probably the best. But I've just been wanting to see an Endure build so bad. Ooh, ugly, ugly trio boss. We got Kindred of Rot plus the Halo Scythe, Clean Rot Knight, and a Crystallion. Dude, look at that Hyper Armor just bashing that Crystallion through it. A nice swap. You need to deal strike damage if you want to deal any damage to the Crystallians without poise breaking them first. But yeah, kind of having some issues with this Clean Rot Knight. This is kind of what they do. They just spam the Halo Scythe at you. And then they heal. And that's pretty much all they do. But he goes down really quick. Ooh, goes with an Ash of War, but... Okay, he lands it. All right, nice kill. Nice kill on an ugly boss. Probably pretty good to get that boss early, but... Meanwhile, Romain's going to get to plus 25. So he's going to upgrade to plus 24. Pick up his Zamor Cursor, which is now going to be at plus 9. And then use that Ancient Somber Stone to get that upgraded. So they are both maxed out very early. And they both have Zamor Curve Sword. I mean, we pretty much couldn't be more even on the builds right now. They have the exact same thing right now. But yeah, one of the fears of being... doing this format against somebody else head-to-head is if, they find a weapon that you don't find, that's a game changer. And that happens a lot. And a lot of times that does determine the outcome of matches where, someone just finds simply a better build and then just crunches through the game. And just, the other person just didn't go to that graveyard or something. Speaking of graveyards, they got another Zamor Curve Sword. Oh, boy. That starting class pick is looking even worse now, dude. Dang, another Zamor Curve Sword is insane. Oh boy, that is interesting. Yeah, I guess, the Curve Sword jump attacks, is that any good though? I haven't seen that. I mean, it's probably better than a single one. Like, you may as well go with 2, right? Another Zamor Curve Sword. That's funny, dude. Yeah, I do think that probably could work out, like, late game. It's probably the best setup right now that they have. All right, a nice Jacob Peak Drake fight. Gets the big Horlu Soul. Iron goes to another Duelist. With all the pots. Oh, boy. Goodbye to those pots, dude. It's a Ritual Sword Talisman. Ritual Sword in this format is actually not as good. And a big soul, too. And Romain going to that Deathbird. Choosing not to go with that strike damage. This early in the game, maybe it doesn't really matter. Guardian Golem for Iron right now. Pretty chill fights. Nice kill by Romain. Not sure if that strike would have been better. It's a nice stun on the Guardian Golem. Cannot jump over the leg, though. All right, that should do it, I think. Massive riposte. Good kill. But yeah, right now, definitely their best setup is that double Zamor Curve Sword. But as I was saying, Ritual Sword in this format is just not as good because you're going to be tanking hits. And you know what? Romain actually does decide to buy some crabs. I think that's probably a smart play. Just if you see a horrible boss in the open world and you're running on horse, it's not slow to use consumables on horse. I think it's just nice to have, especially for so cheap, dude. You may as well, right? Key items are also randomized, yes. So that means Deathless Lift is going to be... Like, you're not necessarily going to find both Deathless medallions because they're randomized. But these players do have the graces they have. Was it Jagged Peak? Okay, Deathrite Bird for Romain. He doesn't really have a lot of health right now, which kind of scares me, but we are still in Limgrave, so... We are definitely still Limgrave. Just smoke that Deathrite Bird. But yeah, they have a very solid array of weapons right now. I mean, the only thing they're really missing is, I guess, another Great Hammer and maybe some Sacred Blade or something. All right, nothing great from this Merchant for Iron. Romain's heading into that trio Everjail as well. We'll see if that double Curve Sword gets taken out at any point. I feel like you may as well, unless there's the weight issue. But yeah, I guess, to be fair, right now, just spamming the Zamor Curve Sword Ash of War is going to be more than enough for pretty much every boss. Ooh, I was wondering if Romain was going to run in there and just do an Ash of War, but he was thinking about it. He's got to be a little careful, dude. Okay, gets a nice kill on the Kindred of Rot, though. Doesn't swap to his Great Hammer for the Crystallian. Yeah, you see that damage, just no damage, but now that the Poise Break happened, able to get some good damage off. There's one Ash of War should smoke this guy as well. There it is. All right, pretty clean kill. I think both had pretty similar timing on their kills, I would say. The only difference is Iron swapped to that Grand Hammer, so he killed that Crystalline maybe a little bit quicker. Yeah, we have seen that from some players. Like, some players like to swap all the time when they get into bosses. And they really think about the boss's resistances and swap. You know, like if they get a Godskin Noble and they're using a strike weapon, they'll maybe swap to a slash weapon, which is the most effective. Or, you know, Crystallines especially switching to strike. But some players just don't bother. They don't want to mess around in the menu. You know, end up taking a bunch of hits and maybe die. We have seen people come really close to dying while trying to swap mid-boss fight. And just kind of commit to what they have. Obviously, the more optimal play is to swap your weapon if you're quick. But if you're not quick, then it's probably better to just not even bother. And menuing, like playing Elden Ring and doing only PvE doesn't necessarily make you the best at menuing either. Like being quick and, you know, not fumbling your inputs and stuff like that. It's more of a PvP thing. So yeah, just because you've played a lot of Elden Ring doesn't mean your menuing's all that good. So... All right, Iron is going into this this catacomb. What is this, Murkwater Catacomb? This is a pretty dangerous one. Usually we actually see players do this way later. And it's because there are so many enemies, but the enemies look good so far. There are 9 enemies in this entire catacomb that he just ran all the way through. There are 9 enemies. It's got to be the most enemy-dense catacomb in the game, probably. All right, Romain going to that Guardian Golem, using the Ash of War, which... as expected, didn't actually hit the weak point. He does another Ash of War. Kind of misplaying this, and he doesn't know about the follow-up. Meanwhile, Iron's fighting a Rune Bear. It's roll caught, but gets the stun and a nice kill. Romain does get that stun on the Guardian Golem. Man just actually hit the weak point on that second one. Okay, so far so good. Romain is ahead on bosses, but as we've seen in every match, an early lead like this doesn't really mean anything. It's more based on... oh, and we got a Scavenger Curve Sword. Well, I mean, they have the Falks, though, so I don't know if that matters, but... I mean, probably a Scavenger Curve Sword plus a Falks is probably better than just the Falks on its own. I'm guessing. I don't actually know that for sure, though. But yeah, as we've seen, early game leads, they're pretty much just based on routing. They don't necessarily mean a player's actually ahead. You can, I think for the... whoa. What was that Soldier of Godric that just disappeared there? That was kind of weird. On Iron screen, that was interesting. But yeah, we don't really notice, or you don't really get a significant lead or a meaningful lead until, I'm going to say like 30 to 40 minutes in is when you start to be able to tell who's ahead. You can get an idea, just especially if someone makes a huge mistake and wastes a bunch of time. But yeah, and they do have that Sacred Bloody Flesh as well, or whatever it's called. And they do have bleed on the table. So, you know, what you could even do is proc bleed, like use that consumable, proc bleed on an enemy. And they have 5 of them too. And then swap to your better build and you just, like, you still get the damage buff. So, Iron fighting the legendary boss, Pat. Insane boss. Poor Pat just gets demolished, dude. Too bad. Too bad for him. All right, Romain is going to check this graveyard up here. I'll see if Iron checks this, checks this Bell Bearing right away. Carrying Sovereignty. Oh, yeah, I guess Iron did go past this. Because, yeah, you got the that Scavenger Curve Sword as well. All right, Iron is going to check the Bell Bearing. We have seen some incidents where people kill Patches but don't check his Bell Bearing. And then, whoops, there's a Great Hammer build in there. And it's like, I guess I can't win anymore because I didn't do that. We have seen that. Very important to check all those shops, dude. Nothing too interesting. Stone Sword Key, Stonehawk, or Stormhawk Axe, which isn't really that good in this format. I think it's still, like, decent, probably, but... hey, Iron does pick up that Blade of Mercy. Oh, they have a lot of the raw meat dumplings on this, which is good. I mean, if you run out of heals, raw meat dumpling is very good. It does poison you, but it will heal you to full. So, All right, Romain fighting this duelist. Ooh, gets interrupted on his Ash of War, but does get the kill. 9-7 the score for now. But I would say these guys are pretty much neck and neck right now. I don't think anyone has a clear lead, but we are only in Limgrave. No one's really ventured much outside of Limgrave. Romain did do some of the Liurnia sections, though. That's why he's ahead. And the bosses there were actually really good. Like, we have seen some deaths in that section because you're going there. You know, a lot of people go to that Liurnia or Eastern Liurnia section early. But they just don't have a ton of health. But, oh, and we got an Academy key. So that's like a nice little optimization for getting to that Knight's Cavalry. But I don't know how much, like, the Academy key is not really a huge key item to pick up. And they do already have Lane Dell, which is the Altus access, I think. But you know what? It's actually, like, not that easy to get out to Altus from there, is it? I guess I've never thought about it, but... All right, Romain heading into this Murkwater Catacomb as well. And Iron, I guess, is heading into... So he's going to be going to check this Dragon Barrel Merchant. Might take out the Pumpkinhead on the way, which is what we see most people do. This section of Caelid's really low scaling, so not super dangerous. And yeah, and then we'll probably check that Dragon Barrel boss just to see if it's anyone who's worth killing super early. All right, Rune Bear gets the Ash of War off, but the Rune Bear kind of strafes it, I guess. There we go. Gets a nice full Ash of War off. Look at that damage, dude. Nice kill. All right, who's the double Pumpkinhead replacement? Spirit Caller Snail. That's a good boss, probably. Oh, we can even stun him. Yeah, it doesn't even teleport away. Simple. Simply kill him. But yeah, so Iron's probably going to check that Dragon Bear boss. If it's someone good, you can get a good amount of money. Like if it's like a Knight Cavalry or someone who's not going to kill you. But you got to be picky. You got to be very picky when you're in these late game areas. Because if you commit to a fight that, you know, just either takes way too long or is way too dangerous, then we've seen players die, of course, but we've also seen players waste several minutes fighting a boss that they shouldn't be fighting. Whoa, there's a random gargoyle that Romain's dealing with here. Is he going to go kill the invader? So he's on the way to the Patches Cave. And he's going to kill the invader. I don't think I've seen anyone do this yet. Oh, doesn't get the kill quite in time. It's the Quailin, but... I mean, I guess with a weapon like this, it is probably faster to just kill the invader, I guess. All right, what does this Dragon Bear Merchant have? Hey, they do have an Ash of War, which is it's just nice to get some Ash of War that you can put on pretty much any weapon because then you can infuse it. All right, and who's the Dragon Barrel boss? Like I said, have to be extremely picky. Yeah, Dancer of Rana, you just simply leave that for sure. But yeah, at least, like, it's such an important skill in DRL to recognize when to leave a boss. We've seen that decide several matches so far. And Iron does not mess with that, which is definitely the right play, I think. Because, yeah, you can try to be the hero and try to go in and be like, you know what, I can probably do this. But even if you manage to do it, you just waste so much time. Okay, Patches is getting loose here. Never let Patches get loose. Okay, just kidding. It's destroyed. Okay, Deathrite Bird. Getting pecked on. It's funny how low the damage is. Like when you get hit by Deathrite Bird in Limgrave and it does literally like 20 damage to you. All right, 11-10 for now. No player has a significant lead. They both have identical builds. And they've both pretty much only done Limgrave so far. So there really haven't been many opportunities for either player to pull ahead or even fall behind. Just because the boss has been pretty straightforward. But right now, if there's any lead, it would probably just come down to some slight, like, pathing thing or... I don't know. They also have the Warrior Jar Shard. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, Romain's buying the Fox as well. So yeah, if you get a... I don't know, some boss who is weak to bleed, who the double bonk won't do that well on. The double curve sword. Looks pretty good. One-eyed shield gaming. Iron's gonna surely use the one-eyed shield for something. But no, he's just gonna use this to block the fire pillar. That'd be such a Chad move. Go in with a one-eyed shield build on someone. Damn, does it so quick that even gets around. I guess because the good guard boost on the shield, but doesn't even have to tank the hit on the second one. I like their talisman setup quite a bit, actually. Blade of Mercy plus the Warrior Jar Shard is like with a Zamor Curve Sword. You're gonna get a lot of stuns with this thing. All right, looks like I guess that's a Lanciax, or hard to tell who the boss is here. I actually don't think that Ancient Dragon was the boss. But yeah, this is the Aguil where there are a bunch of enemies around it. Soldier of Godric, dude. I haven't seen a Soldier of Godric in this entire season yet, or any match I've commentated on, and he goes down. Got some sort of stat boost here. I didn't catch which one it was, though. That could be big. If that's like a strength one, that could be pretty big. But yeah, that Aguil fight has a bunch of trash mobs around it. And so what the players do is they run past it, run within the trigger zone of the fight. And the way it works in the base game is once you do that and Aguil flies in, all of the enemies around die and they don't respawn. And Aguil's just like sitting on the lake instead of doing his big flying entrance. And so the same works in Randomizer. Like you trigger the boss fight. Like it's actually not even triggering the fight, but you just have to trigger the Aguil fly-in sequence. And then you return, and then all of those random enemies are gone. Ooh, Iron gets interrupted out of the Memory Grace, but no problem. Slight time waste, no big deal. No big deal. 11-11 is the score. We're 25 minutes into this. That feels like a pretty accurate representation of how the match has gone so far. They are... Neither player's made any mistake. They both have the exact same build. So far, so good. Very clean from both to this point. Ancient Dragon Man and a Death Knight happening. Death Knight is going to grab. Oh, nice dodge in time, dude. And Ancient Dragon Man dies before he can even say hello to Romain. All right, clean kills from both. That grab is no good. That's the grab that heals the boss a bunch, so you don't want to get hit by that. But yeah, Romain's doing this big Limgrave chain into Weeping. We have like the Aguil and the Knight's Cavalry and the Pumpkinhead, and Iron's going to be doing the same thing. So Iron's taking a bit of a different route, but they've kind of converged on the same boss chain. Just Iron has killed an extra boss somewhere else. So... Oh, it was it was Chief Teef was the boss, dude. Legendary boss, but he just gets smoked. Yeah, that's why he's a more curved sword. Such a solid option, dude. Very solid early. I mean, it's respectable for the entire thing, honestly, but it's just once you get into Altus, especially, or if you get some kind of like high scaling boss later that you can't tank as much, because you want to be tanking with this, because it has a lot of hyper armor. All right, God's gonna pause, so should be a great weapon for this. Yeah, gets the kill. Nicely done, dude. But yeah, it has a lot of hyper armor, so you want to tank stuff, and trading is faster than having to roll a boss attack. Oh, it's a Guts and Snail. I didn't even notice, dude. He correctly identified that, though. I guess I didn't see the particle effect when he hit it. But yeah, unfortunately, this boss is immune to frost. Which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, just the only reason there's a more cursor drops off is just because it doesn't scale with your stats, as far as I'm aware. And then also trading, like I said, is not as good. All right, kills the escargot. Nice, dude. That's insane. All right, Iron not far behind on this boss chain. Let's see this Ancient Dragon Man fight. Sajavor is really solid on NPCs too. Like, just blast them, dude. As long as you're actually able to trade. All right, Romain is fighting a Knight's Cavalry. Oh, perfectly done, dude. Gets him stuck on the wall and then gets the full Ash of War off. Couldn't really do that any faster if he tried, probably. Really nicely done. Iron's gonna head back to that Chief Teef. This is, they are, I think they're No one has a time advantage. Someone might be slightly ahead, but I couldn't tell you who right now. I really don't know. All right, Chief Teef. Poor guy. Gets smoked into Ashes of War. Poor guy. Got this Godskin Snail coming up too for Iron. Romain's heading to the Bloodhound Darwill Everjail as well. We have seen people go through Weepings in through slightly different paths. Some people like to go take out the Avatar. Oh. Iron getting smoked by Banished Knight. I didn't see this guy in Romain's. Like, I guess, yeah, this guy is pathing across, but... Oh, and it's a Godskin Duo right now? Oh, we got a... Dude, Godskin Snail into Godskin Duo is insane. Probably pretty good to get them early, though. Wow, what a stray from Romain, dude. Takes out the Noble. Wow. The insane one-cycle kill from Romain, dude. That was really nice. All right, Iron fighting the Godskin Noble now, the Snail. Nice strafe. Hyper Armor's the Belly Slam. Oh, that's devastating. Noble backs up and misses the entire Ash of War. Probably was like one jump attack away from a stun there, too, I'm guessing. It's so hard to say who's in the lead right now. Oh, Iron runs past the Snail. Okay, does get the kill, though. Okay, that was definitely... Like, Iron's Godskin Snail fight was definitely slower than Romain's right there. So maybe that's, like, the only thing I can go off of. So maybe Romain's in a slight lead, but it's nothing significant right now. But yeah, Iron did have a little bit of a slow fight there. All right, Knight's Cavalry, let's see if you can get as good of a fight. Gets him stuck against the wall again, dude. Even better fight than what Romain had on that Knight's Cavalry. I think he actually, like, he landed the entire Ash of War on the main guy, too, there. I think Romain maybe missed one hit. All right, we got a Disc Beastman and... Gets slammed by the... And a Watchdog, but... We are still in Limgrave. Zamora Curve Sword is still decimating everybody. It's a deflection tier. I was trying to think if deflect would be any good for this, but it's just, I don't think so, dude. It'd be fun, though. Deflect tier is very fun. But the problem is that it's much faster to just ignore enemy attacks rather than actually deal with them. But, like, maybe later. I don't know. Maybe late in the run where tanking isn't as good, you could deflect some stuff and be just like a Chad, but realistically, no one's going to do that. All right, Godskin Duo happening. It's comboed from the Fireball into the Slam. It's a nice Ash of War here. Let's see if he can, like, hit both of them. He does, dude. Look at the damage. Oh, you know what? But he didn't get the full punish off on the Noble. He died. He's going with the bleed build. Nah, can't get the one cycle in time. So Romain's maybe pulled maybe like 20 seconds ahead, I want to say. Because Romain did end up getting that one cycle. And had that better Godskin Snail fight as well. But anyways, I mean, no lead right now is going to be significant unless there's a massive mistake. It's just like some slightly slower fights from Iron, but... who is that? Oh, it's the, Blackjail Knight. Ooh, and he does a lot of damage for Limgrave, but that's a more Curved Sword Ash of War? Oh my goodness, if he followed that up, he would have died, I think. Romain was so close. I don't know if he would have been out of range of it, maybe. That would have been close, dude. One more hit. Doesn't get the roll catch. Tries to go for a greed hit. Dude, Blackjail Knight is hanging on. That was close, man. That was a close call. It does get that kill. It's more money as well with that Remembrance of Plastidusax. Iron's not far behind in this chain, but They're not like directly racing head to head because Iron did a few extra things before going on this big Limgrave to Weeping chain. So it's always fun in this when you get a direct head-to-head race that they're doing, especially late in the run if they converge on the same path. Ooh, mistimes to roll on the Watchdog. Gotta be a little careful here, dude. Oh my god. Gotta be a little careful. Doesn't even heal. Doesn't need to, I guess. I'm not the most comfortable sitting at a 3rd HP on a Deathless run, but... Alright, Romain heading into the Scaly Misbegotten boss. Getting kind of, like, assaulted by this bear who just will not leave him alone. And who do we got in here? Another Deathrite Bird. See if he swaps a Strike. I think Romain is, like I was saying, like, maybe just the type of player who doesn't really like swapping, but, I mean, this is honestly still doing great, so there's just no point. Oh, he gets memed. He jumps up, but then, okay, at least he comes down. Have big problems in some of these boss arenas when bosses that fly up or something just get stuck in the upper part. Let's get that poise tier, though. That's a solid pickup, actually. More poise is good. Oh, yeah, you know what? We are seeing a different path from Iron here, though. He's going to check the Merchant and then probably kill this Knight's Cavalry into the Deathbird. Whereas Romain is doing the other path where you take this path through the Madness Village, grab the church, and then you do the Deathbird into the Knight's Cavalry, and this Tree Spirit is having a bad day right now. Getting smoked by that Demore Ice Storm, dude. Yeah, so these are the two different paths I was talking about. I don't know which one's better. Like, maybe if you want to pick up the church, going the way Romain's going is better. But if you feel like you just don't need that Sacred Tier, if you're Chad, and you feel like you don't need it, then it's either you're Chad or you're dumb, I guess. It's one of the two. All right, going to Falks on this Adula. Damage is great. But, oh my god, gets memed. Doesn't get the opening sequence or whatever. Like the scream at the start. Actually, maybe this boss doesn't even do that. They're both fighting the exact same boss, though. It's kind of cool. But I kind of like the swap, switching away from that magic damage, because Adula is super resistant to magic. But that Frost is still nice. See if Romain can get a stun here. But yeah, he sees that damage of the physical hits on Zamor Curve Sword are way better than the Ash of War, which I think is just pure magic damage, right? With Frostbite. But yeah, I guess in my opinion, getting that Sacred Tier Church, I don't think... You can't really go wrong just getting some extra heals on this, dude. I think most of the time it's going to work out better. Ooh, Iron's getting some Blood Fiends blasting him. Or Romain buying that double Stone Sword key. Iron doing the skip up. All right, fighting this Tree Spirit. Kind of gets bad RNG on the opening with this long attack. Oh, stays in the Ash of War, though. Nicely done. Can he get the kill before the scream? Oh, he does get it. Nicely done, dude. Very efficient kill by Romain. He's really having some clean boss fights so far, dude. Just super clean. He hasn't even really whiffed any hits for the most part. That's a pretty, like, in randomizers, when you're fighting bosses that don't belong in the arena that they're in, we've seen people have a lot of issues with missing bosses with their attacks, and then, you know, you can really run into some problems when you start whiffing bosses. You know, especially their poise resets, which then, you know, enables them to go do some other big flying attack, and you waste a bunch of time. It's so critical to land your hits every time. It sounds obvious, but it's actually hard to do. And I think the absolute best players in this, they really just don't miss. Or even if they're going, you know, say they're going for some jump attack. Oh man, that imp trying to smoke Romain off the ledge, dude. I actually have conversion in the exact same catacomb right now. But yeah, the best players, they might go for some jump attack, but then realize they're not going to hit, and so they just do a jump, but then they don't swing. And in not doing that swing, they save their stamina, but then they also can recover way faster, get to the boss faster, stuff like that. It'd be very hard to do, though, in the randomizer with, like, dragons. Okay, we got a Vike here. Does pretty much no damage. Quite a difference in damage compared to that Black Jail Knight. There's that DLC randomizer scaling. But Vike does get a heal off. Let's see if Romain's gets the heal. If Romain's really had every boss fight has been so clean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just totally cancel the heal. And look at that, dude. Yeah, there it is. He just sits right in it. So Romain is pulling ahead, I think, slightly. He's had, I would say, 3 bosses so far that have been, like, actually quite a bit cleaner. I would say Romain's got a slight lead, but not by much. Not by much. So now Iron's going to head up to this avatar, and then I guess he's going to just warp away after? Or maybe head from here to the Hero of Zamor Everjail. Oh, he's trying to use that Revenger's Blade. Oh boy, that was so close, dude. This Black Jail Knight does not mess around, dude. He's got so much poise. Like, that would have been... I think Iron might have died there if he did the follow-up. I'm not sure, dude. Like, both players got put into the exact same position there. Oh, I guess Iron... Okay, Iron's going to head down to the tunnel. And we got another Knight's Cavalry. Look at that, and, like, nicely lands the Ash of War. That's not the easiest thing to do what Romain's doing right now, dude. Like, Knight's Cavalries are hard to pin down sometimes, and he just uses the Ash of War, and it just stays in the Ash of War pretty much the entire time. Like, every fight has been so clean from him. Iron's been playing really well, too. And he's not... I don't think he's far behind. He might not even be behind at all. It's very hard to tell right now. But has had maybe, like, 2 or 3 slower fights. And Romain's doing some Lantern Gaming here. That's crazy, actually. Lantern Gaming. All right, Iron dealing with this Rune Bear. Nice dodges. See if he screams at him. Oh, he does the lunging attack. And doesn't even bother healing either. There we go. There's the heal. All right, here's this Deathrite Bird. Romain is heading towards the smallest boss arena game. This one can be very dangerous, dude. Okay, Iron gets 1 hit off on the Ash of War, but at least there's a headshot, I guess. Ooh, and it's going to fly backwards. Big stall move. Some bad RNG there. And it's a Godskin Apostle for Romain. That's a pretty good boss there. Dude, Iron is getting absolutely trolled right now. The Deathrite Bird is just sitting on top of the boss arena. Gets pecked, but okay. Gets the kill. Some bad RNG there for sure. Not what you like to see for Iron right there. But yeah, another boss fight where he maybe falls slightly further behind with some bad RNG. Our avatar, Romain, just gets smoked. Well done. Are we going to see that theme again today of the person who's behind gets worse RNG? I mean, so far we have, but I think the last match maybe disproved that a little bit. But, I mean, it was true for most of the match, but then at the end, the player who was ahead started getting memed a little bit. All right, Iron's heading to this Everjail. Knight's Cavalry Everjail. Yeah, see, like a big Ash of War whiff there. It's for Romain, like he's been doing that Ash of War, and the Knight's Cavalry kind of just sat in it, I think. But still gets a really good kill for Iron, though. Very nicely done. Ooh, Romain dealing with those Dragonkins. But yeah, it's interesting that Romain's choosing to do this section so late. Or it's pretty late to go check a merchant right now, I would say. We did see Iron do this path quite a bit earlier. Just to go check that Dragon Barrow merchant. And then it was the Dancer of Rana boss at who's replacing the Bellbearing Hunter for Dragon Barrow. And that is most likely going to be a skip, I would assume. Probably should be a skip. Although, I mean, Dancer... Yeah, it's just the DLC scaling. I feel like that Dancer, whatever that perfume fire attack thing is that she does, probably would hit so hard. right, the snail. 1 Ash of War should be enough. Well done. I wonder how a double mace build would do, because they both have, I think, Romain has a Morning Star plus just a normal mace. Obviously wouldn't be as good as like double Great Hammer, but I wonder if later in the run that would work out. Like, I haven't really tried, well, I guess maybe I have tried some of these power stance builds, but just, I don't remember how good they are. And it's in the context of like normal gameplay, not randomizer speedrun, so. Like double hammers normally are very strong. But for this, compared to double Great Hammer, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Yeah, Cat co-commentating today. Very insightful. All right, Soldier of Godric this early. It's an interesting choice because Soldier of Godric doesn't actually drop any items. So it's not like you're coming here to try to get Deathless Lift or something like that. I still think Deathless Lift for these players would be good. Because Lane Dell, if they get West Capital Rampart, like that's... I mean, to get out of the capital from there is quite a trek. So, I don't know. All right, let's see what Romain does here. He's buffing up for this boss, who we know is the Dancer of Rana. And is he gonna do it? No, he's not gonna do it. Yeah, unfortunately wasted a bit of time doing all of his buffs right there. But I believe he correctly decides to not do that fight. I think that was a good choice. All right, here's some more for Soldier of Godric. Big whip on the Ash of War, though. Well, the Here's some more just sits and looks on. It's like, what are you trying to use my weapon against me for? Gets the kill. Romain now heading into Liurnia. The Adan Everjail. First Blade Labyrinth, he runs in and immediately reacts and gets the Ash of War off. That was pretty nicely done. Oh, and another perfect Ash of War, dude. What a kill that was. Really clean stuff. Like, doesn't waste any time. Like, some players probably would have gone in there and kind of just had to orient themselves in the fight and realize who it was and stuff, but he just goes right in, immediately Ashes of War, which is the best play in that case. That was well done, dude. It looks like this is a Ralva or a Regalia. He's replacing the Smaragd. Iron's taking the different path, or he's going to be going through the Kaled, like, eastern path now. Takes that Limgrave chest. Oh, that's a lot of HP on this Ralva. He goes for an Ash of War that wasn't safe. Maybe thought he was going to hyper armor through that. Ooh, get some whiffs there. Nice jump attack. Should get a stun very soon here. Oh, he dashes away and doesn't cancel the Scream. This has not gone super according to plan. Ah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to hyper armor, and he does get that stun. One more hit. Oh, boy. The stamina working against him, dude. Okay, not the cleanest fight. Oh, Iron's got a... Uh-oh. Iron is in big trouble right here, dude. We got a untouchable. Oh, and he just doesn't care, I guess. No, he cares. He's teleporting right on top of him. Oh, well done, dude. He just ran away. I would have been... I'd have been a little scared about that, but... No problem, dude. Simple. I would have been... Like, I don't even know what I would have done there. I would not have just... Like, because they can teleport into boss arenas, I think. But anyways, we got a Lanciax. Runs back, does the Ash of War, but I don't like this play. We've seen a lot of people dodge this attack this way, and I don't like it because it constantly makes Lanciax just jump up on the walls, but I guess it ended up working out. That was well done. But yeah, when Lanciax goes up and does that glaive attack, there are two possibilities based on where you're standing. If you're like out in front of the boss, Lanciax will do one that boss like kind of lunges forward almost, or at least stays still, and then you can get some headshots. But what a lot of players have been doing in this... Okay, we got a Falling Star Beast, okay. Gets the Ash of War off really nicely. That's what I'm saying with this weapon in trading. Like, you just want to use the Ash of War and just tank. Because you land it, like, it doesn't take long to land it, and then the full blizzard goes off. And quite a few whiffs here, though. He's stun. Should stun, surely. There it is. Okay. Nice kill. But yeah, what I was saying is, was that the Thorny tier? Well, what most players have been doing with the Ancient Dragons or like Lanciacs is going underneath to the legs. But what happens there is Lanciacs will do a backstep flying version of the attack instead. And it's just like every time the boss gets stuck on the wall, okay, we got a Jory fight. But anyways, I think staying in front is better on the Lanciacs. Okay, doesn't cancel the teleport. But maybe can just Ash of War and kill everyone here? Oh, yeah, that's so satisfying, dude. Beautiful Jory kill. Damn, dude. Beautiful kill. It's a scary boss, potentially, but no problem there. All right, Romain with another Godskin Noble, dude. The Godskins have been everywhere on this one. Like, I feel like they've actually fought every Godskin. Like, maybe there's one more Apostle out there, but... Yep, gets the kill pretty easily. Infinite Stamina tier. I feel like that actually wouldn't be bad for this. All right, Leonine Misbegotten as well, and Kaled for Iron. And there he goes. Oh, just kidding. Oh, but he does have the Fan Daggers. Okay, nicely done. Didn't waste that much time with that 1 HP meme. This is why these players went with this weapon, dude. It is so good. At least at this point in the game. Like, I think once you... It really only drops off once you get to the late game sections. And then what's great is that both the players do have other potential builds. Like, you could just... I think right now, just double Zamor Curve Sword. Or they do also have the Falks. And they also have a Scavenger Curve Sword, I think. Oh boy, we got a bail. We got a bail. Let's see how this works. I mean, this fight can potentially waste so much time or gain so much time for a player if they can get the stun before he flies off. Oh, and he gets grabbed, dude. Okay, he's got to be a little careful here. Got to be a little careful. Bale's kind of knocking him around here. He's not going to stop us in the fight. He's missing his dodges and stuff. Getting hit by literally every attack. Meanwhile, Ancestor Spirit's happening right now for Iron. Going pretty well. He gets a dodge there. Oh, he's going to go with the Curve Sword. I kind of like it. See if he can get maybe an extra attack in here. Bleed. Okay, he does get the extra attack, but doesn't quite get the bleed. Hey, Bale's going to come flying in here. Nice dodge. Ends up so far away, though. I wonder if Bale could have flown off the edge right there. Okay, does he follow up and fly away? He does not. And there's a bat joining the party as well, but one more jump attack. Okay, he does get the kill. A little rough to start that one. Are we going to see the skip? Oh boy, this is the first time I've seen anyone do this. Oh no, it's like an easier version. Okay. I still haven't seen anyone actually do this during any of the matches so far. Yeah, nice Omen Killer killed by Iron right there. That was nice right there. Those simple jump downs. We haven't seen anyone do any form of skip there in any of the matches I've commentated on. Okay, we got a Ordovis plus... Who's the other one? Okay, a Crystallion? Okay, that's not too bad. It's got some nice distance on the Crystallion. Damage is pretty bad, though, but this is what happens when you're fighting the X-Sykes replacement boss, dude. X-Sykes is, I believe, the highest normal Kaled scaling. Yeah, hit that shield, strafe that shield attack, gets an Ash of War off. Would love a stun here. Maybe Ash of War again. Doesn't do it. There's the stun. Nice, there's the kill. Classic Frostbite on the last hit, too. Hate to see that. Yep, and does, like, look how quickly he swaps the... Oh. Interesting throwing dagger right there. I wonder if there's a reason for that. But yeah, see how quickly he swaps that Great Hammer, though. But, dude, even this Crystallion is a absolute beast right here. I would actually swap back to this more Curve Sword now. Which I think he was thinking about. Because you can still Frostbite Crystallions. Okay, we also got a Moog. Moog Lord of Blood happening, but the Falks have been taken out. Oh, and he's got the big follow-up chain. Yeah, he's easily going to kill before Phase 2 happens. Well done, dude. Okay. Well, You know what's insane right now is both players, I believe, have the Milson prosthesis, and then at least Romain has the Thorny tier, I believe. So I wouldn't be shocked to see that build coming out. I mean, that might be the best setup right now, is that double multi-hit. I mean, Thorny plus the any sort of multi-hit is going to be really good on pretty much any weapon. But I don't know if he's got it equipped right now. Yeah, I forget where he got Thorny tier from. I think it was pretty recent. I'm not sure if Iron has it right now. Yeah, 32 to 32, and they're both 51 minutes in, pretty much. Iron is apparently in the lead right now, but I actually don't think it means much. Like, they're just taking different boss chains right now, but like, no one's really made any sort of big mistake yet. They both correctly left the bosses that they should have, or at least the one boss, which was the Dancer of Ron and Dragon Barrow. No one's done an early Dragon Barrow yet, which we usually see at least one person to like go check Dragon Barrow. Okay, we got that's a Great Axe, I think. I think that's the Gargoyle Great Axe, but unlikely to see that being used. All right, we got the Fell Twins happening. And he's dead. One of them's dead. Oh, okay. Interrupts the grab. Funny how easily these guys can be interrupted, but... Yep, nicely done. They also do have Grafted Blade, too, but I don't think they have another Colossal Sword yet. And with their build right now, I mean... I think we're pretty unlikely to see that. All right, Romain now is heading to Caelid, where Iron has been pretty much this whole time. Yeah, right now, Romain has a one boss lead, but again, it's like, we don't really know who's in the lead. I think Romain's in the lead by a little bit. Oh, and Iron apparently found another Colossal. Okay, I didn't see that. But do they even go with it, though, at this point? I don't know. With such a good multi-hit build, I do kind of feel like... I don't know what's the best. I would be having issues right now because I wouldn't know what to use. Oh my god, we got a Hippo, dude. Hippo Arrival. It doesn't get the grab, at least. Okay, dodge the follow-up, and you should go to phase 2 and should just get stunned and die here. Beautiful kill, dude. Perfectly done. Yeah, it's basically impossible to say who's got a lead right now. They're both playing very, very well. Very good boss pace as well. We'll have to see what... So no one's gotten any sort of Dectus yet. That if it's West Capital Rampart in Lane Dell, that's one of the extra graces they have. Okay, let's see how Romain deals with this. Untouchable. You see his face. Okay, nice dodge. Let's see if he gets away. I mean, Iron just was able to run away and had no issues here. Yeah, Romain does as well. I mean, it's something with that terrain, I guess. He just, the guy couldn't teleport, but... Yeah, look at Romain, dude. No problem, dude. Totally under control. Simple. Simply done. But I kind of feel like they both got maybe a little lucky. I don't know. All right, let's see how Romain deals with this attack here. Yeah, he goes to the legs as well. Totally whiffs on an Ash of War. And then look, the boss jumps back and now is on top. But okay, comes down at least. Actually worked out pretty well that time. I do think you're kind of opening yourself up to get meme, though, by doing that opening on the Ancient Dragons. Maybe a little bit. Depending on the terrain. Okay, another Godskin Apostle. So that is literally every Godskin boss in the game, I think. Oh boy, and the Apostle's really trolling here. There we go. Gets a full Ash of War in. Should get a stun, and he's dead. Nicely done, dude. Every Godskin. I mean, that's better than having 100 Knights Cavalries, that's for sure. Godskins are a lot more interesting than a lot of the other bosses in this game, so... All right, well, Romain is heading down the same kind of Caelid boss chain that Iron has already done. Yeah, Iron's going to head down to that Rotten Avatar. Plus the Catacomb. It's a Ghost Flame Dragon. Okay, let's see if we get a strike damage swap here. We should. I don't know if you want to be using this thing. I mean, maybe if you have 2 of the Zamor Curve Swords, it would be okay here. Okay, Romain dealing with that Jory. Doesn't have... Yeah, do not... Yeah, see? Yeah, Iron uses some more curves. I was like, wait a second. That does 0 damage. Oh, and the... Okay, the boss, I thought he got stuck up top for a second, but does swap to the strike. I mean, it's not much better, to be honest. Romain takes out that Jory pretty handily there. This is not great damage, dude. This is bad. It's going for the legs as well. Makes it look even worse, but does get a stun. He's going to get trapped. Oh, this is rough, man. This is really rough. I mean, skipping a boss like that... Oh, he's got that Holy Grease, but you can't buff this weapon, I guess. Because it's the thrown one. So it's even worse, dude. I actually really do not like this weapon. When he's getting... Gotta be really careful with that Frostbite. Kind of tanking a lot of hits here. Yeah, Romain's fighting that Leonine, but Iron's fighting the way more dangerous boss. Right now, I say that, but Romain's kind of getting tossed around by Leonine. He's got to run away and heal. He does. Luckily, dude, luckily this is not the summoning Ghost Flame Dragon, because Iron would be in massive trouble right now if it was. Oh boy, this is a huge staller fight. this Ghost Flame. I mean, luckily Romain's probably going to do it as well, but with the amount of time this fight has gone for, like, honestly, skipping it maybe could have been a play, but I don't think you realistically would have skipped this thing. Probably wouldn't expect your damage to be this bad. He's got to be careful, man. He's pretty low health. Well, he's like half health. He's not going for any headshots. Kind of tough to go for them on this terrain, though. Okay, he gets the stun. You're finally going to get the kill. My God, that was a slow fight. That's where, like, you would love to get Sacred Blade for that. Save you minutes on that boss. And they've got the blood-sucking tier, which... Too bad it's so bad. Too bad it kind of sucks. Because if it was more like Power Within from DS3, you would actually see players using it on this. But it just does way too much damage to be viable. All right, we got that Ancestor Spirit fight happening, and that was really weird. It just popped out of the ground where it teleported from? I don't even know. It gets a Frostbite. And, oh, doesn't dodge the attack properly. Be careful here. He's got to be careful. Okay, I guess it doesn't do much damage, but the Moose gets a big heal off, though, man. I think Iron was able to skip this, but does get a stun. All right, does get the kill. I do think Iron had a bit of a better Moose fight than that. But we will have to see when Romain gets that Ghost Flame Dragon. How does he... I mean, he's going to be forced to swap on that boss. 100% he's going to have to swap. But, you know, is he able to land the headshots and then get a stun and, like, get the riposte? Because riposte on the dragons are really big. Oh, yeah, I see. We got either Moonrathil or the Troll Knight sword there. But Romain does not buy it. I've been wanting to see that double Colossal build so badly. Like, specifically with the Grafted Blade, though, because that's where you get the... Oath of Vengeance is, like, an insanely strong version of... Endure, but Iron's fighting the Field Trip right now. We got Phase 1 Renala. I don't know why the Field Trip is coming to the Catacombs, but... Oh my God, he's getting memed by the books. Meanwhile, Romain's fighting this Crucible Knight plus Crystallion. Oh, gets a beautiful stun there. Okay, this should easily be a one-cycle Renala, too. He manages the stamina correctly. He's getting a lot of whiffs, though. You know what, dude? Okay, he does get it in time. Damn, that was close, man. All right, this Ordovis is stalling massively. And then people love to jump that attack. It's been a meme for so long. Jumping the Ordovis flying attack, or Crucible Knight flying attack. Okay, one more swing. Read it. Nicely done. Stallion is spamming him. Trying to spam him down. Yeah, Romain definitely does not like to swap his weapons. But yeah, this is where I actually think... Look how much more damage this Zamor Curve Sword... Not that the boss stunned. Look how much more damage this is doing compared to just that single Great Hammer we saw earlier that Iron was using. Like, so much better. Like, in this case, actually not swapping was probably faster. Okay, we got a Garong happening for Iron, but... Oh, lands such a nice Ash of War in there. Yeah, it doesn't get quite as good RNG this time on that second attempt at it, but... Oh, and he gets memed by a hitbox, dude. That attack has a horrible hitbox on it. Does get the stun and the kill. Well done. Romain does all of a sudden have a 2-boss lead. Oh, and you know what? This is the second time I've seen a player go unlock this this cave that Romain's going to right now. What is it? Jail cave maybe or something like that. I'm kind of surprised more people aren't doing this because it does feel pretty quick, but you basically just use, or maybe it's because the stone sword keys, you need 2 of them, but you unlock this side of the dungeon, and then you can enter from the Third Church of Marika and Limgrave. Ooh, he just lost 90k though. That's actually not good, dude. Romain just lost 90k runes because an enemy was following him. That's kind of a lot of money to lose at this stage in the game. Oh, did Iron do this too? That makes sense. Yeah, I guess Romain's going to go straight for this. I'm not sure if Iron went back for it, though. I don't think I saw him do it. But yeah, I feel like the majority of the players haven't done this one. But yeah, it might just depend on... Ooh, misses the skip, though. Yeah, it might just depend on getting the stone sword keys. Ooh, Romain's having some issues with the skip, though. It's got to get on top of that one rock, and then you can jump across. There we go. All right, nicely done. Okay, Romain is... Or sorry, Iron's in Abandoned Cave. Gets through no problem. Gets in a Geel. Meanwhile, Romain's fighting Rakshasa. Rakshasa can be a little dangerous, but... that... Oh my god, Rakshasa is just standing there letting him kill. That's so funny, dude. All right, a Geel. That's a nice Ash of War. I wonder if that's headshotting. Maybe he gets a stun here, too. Not quite, but the boss just dies anyways. Dude, that was crazy. Rakshasa was a paid actor right there. Okay, Romain is going to Dragon Barrow now. Romain is going to Dragon Barrow, and I think Iron might be doing the same thing. He might take out that Duelist Cave. Okay, Iron committing to a bunch of decks here. Okay, we got a... You know what? This is a pretty good duo boss. A demi-human plus an abductor, but where's the other boss, dude? Oh, it's up here. Oh, yeah, that demi-human's pretty nice. I feel like this is a pretty solid Dragon Barrow boss to get, but Iron does the skip really nicely. See if that Rakshasa is as nice to him, but the Chief Demi-Human goes down easily for Romain. Hey, Rakshasa, are you going to cooperate with Iron here? See if he just goes for another Ash of War here. Yeah, Rakshasa's not being so nice. Oh, no, Romain! Oh, my goodness. How did he not get killed there? I cannot believe it. Oh, my goodness. That was so close, dude. I cannot believe I look over it. The damage is insane. Wow, what a save that was. What a save. He just rolled it. He just rolled it at the end there. He might have survived. Because if he still got that I forget, the Tears of Denial Physican. I forget what it's called. But I don't know, man. That was a lot of damage. And he simply iframed that last one. I don't know if it was like a calculated iframe or if he just spamming the B button at that point. But oh, Iron's going to take the lower route through here. I definitely feel like this is the faster path, but we don't see many players doing this. Will we see why? Oh, that's a fire chariot, dude. Oh, yeah, we are seeing why you shouldn't do this, I guess, aren't we? Oh, boy, Iron's going to waste a bunch of time here. Oh, okay, actually, he's just going back up. It's not that bad. Okay, Romain fighting a Sanguine Noble. It's actually a really good boss to get here, but these guys can hit really hard. Oh, beautiful kill by Romain, dude. Nicely done. It's a Rot Grease as well. You know what? A Rot Grease is a solid pickup when you're in Dragon Barrow. Yeah, we saw why the lower path is the riskier path. I feel like most of the time it's probably okay, but you get a fire chariot at the end. That's no good. Now, did Romain check who that Erdtree boss was? I didn't see. All right, nice kill on the Knight's Cavalry for Iron. got a great rune. I didn't actually see which one it was, though, but he did get a great rune. I couldn't tell which one. Oh my god, that was kind of scary from Romain, dude. I wonder if that was calculated. All right, Iron cleaning up some of the early ironyeu bosses. Meanwhile, we got a Mesmer phase 2. Mesmer phase 2 for Romain here. This guy could hit so hard. Oh, this is sketchy, man. Meanwhile, Iron fighting that Labyrinth. Gets the kill easily. Hey, Romain looks like he knows what he's doing here. This is so scary, dude. The ledges even. If you can get some bleeds off, maybe a stun would be sick. Nah, he's not. Got to try to land some of those jump attacks, but he's not really getting the openings for it. Nice dodges. Oh, dude, he nearly... I wonder if Mesmer could have fallen off right there. I wonder if he was trying that. He's dodging into this one, which is kind of not ideal. You kind of want to dodge away from it and just straight the follow-up. What I'm really scared of is the big, like... Whatever the... I don't know, like the big pool move that he does is. I don't know what to call it. Like the big snake one where he gets a big AoE around him. This one. Oh, nice dodge, dude. That one does so much damage. Nice dodge. That's where it's nice to have a faster weapon so you can get away from that in time. Maybe 2 more hits. That's where... Yeah, 1 more. Okay, nicely done, dude. Gets classic bleed on the very last hit. But yeah, well done, dude. Yeah, dodging away from that poke, and then you always get another poke after it that you can strafe around. It's definitely faster than rolling into it. But, you know, he still got it to work there, so... All right, Iron just decimating this Fell Twin. You can jump over that grab attack, actually, but it's kind of tough to do. Swapping back to some more Curve Sword, just decimating them. Now, I wonder if Iron's going to be heading to Dragon Barrow soon. I don't know, man. That Virgin Abductor was probably the closest to death we've seen, but we've had some close calls on both ends so far. With the Black Jail Knight in Weeping Peninsula. That nearly got both of them. So... Yeah, I didn't see if Romain checked who that Erdtree Avatar boss was, but... Did get an absolute ton of money from that Mesmer, though. Which is always nice. That's the advantage of early Dragon Barrow, is that... You know, it can potentially be really risky, but you can also get a ton of money, and then you just have way higher weapon scaling. Alright, Beastman Farm Zula. Interesting choice to go for another Ash of War there. It does get the kill. We are tied on bosses, and Romain apparently killed 43rd boss a little bit quicker, which I guess makes sense. Okay, we got a Death Knight. I believe we're back in the Limgrave Assassin Catacomb. She's just coming back to finish up, and there goes the boss. It's a ritual pot. So, okay, Romain's going to be going to probably the Avatar into Black Knife Catacomb next. And then we're getting into the point of the match, I guess, where, like, maybe you start thinking about Altus. I wonder... I still don't know if Lane-Del back into Altus is the play here. Like, it seems really slow, but... I guess, the one thing is that it gives you quick access to that DTS, and then... I don't know. Okay, Rotten Duelist happening for Iron, and he is dead. Going for the insane overkill on the Ash of War. And then it was just a troll up here with the for the Tibia Mariner boss. 44-44 right now. Very close. I really don't know who has the advantage right now, man. I actually have no idea, which is kind of a good thing. Means it's an interesting match. Okay, Rotten Avatar at Frostbite. Doesn't get memed with Erdtree lands as well. Or Golden Lands. Perfect kill. What the fuck's on the troll here? He's just bonking off of him. You got to do those jump attacks and not get those bonks. Okay, yeah, we're cruising right along. 45-45. This is gonna. This could be an insane match if they just keep playing like this. We are on pace for a massive score here too. And I wouldn't say this has necessarily been the easiest seed either. It hasn't been too bad, but okay, we got a Ralva here. But yeah, they've had some close calls. And some tricky fights like that Mesmer, dude. Not, oh my god, that grab on Iron. Yeah, the hitbox is not not so friendly on that one. That was a tough one, dude. Yeah, strafing. I've never even tried to strafe that grab, I think. Misses a big Ash of War here. He's going to switch back to the Falks because that Zamor curve show's not working out, but he's tanking a bunch of hits here. Nice jump. See if he gets a bleed here. He can kill before the screen. This would be insane. I don't think he ever got a bleed off there. We got a Morgott replacing the Avatar here, but nice kill by Iron, who temporarily takes the lead. Oh boy, we got a Fire Chariot. Where'd the Fire Chariot go? Oh, he's just turning around. Oh, Morgott doing his... Oh, Romain goes for the big greed on the sword attack. Doesn't get him into phase 2, though. This is where switching to Falks would be great, because then you can try to get a bleed during this phase change. See if he rolls this AoE nicely. Beautiful, dude. Oh, but he gets unfortunate RNG, but he did get the Ash of War off, though. Unfortunate RNG on the Geyser, but gets the kill. Pretty clean, considering those circumstances right there. Pretty clean, but Iron still maintains a slight lead. It's the bubble tier as well. Bubble tier is not bad, but there are definitely better tiers in this format, I think. Like, you'd rather just go with the hard tier or whatever, like the defense one, which I think he's already got in. I don't know if he's got the thorny tier in. I think he does, right? I believe he does. All right, Iron fighting this Falling Star Beast. Runs in and gets absolutely charged over. Yeah, this multi-hit build. Whoa, that was a weird... He, like, got that non-stun hit. Stream is buffering. I don't think this is on my end, dude. I'm assuming he killed the boss. He is buffering right now, dude. I'm gonna refresh his stream, I guess. This is not a good time for your internet to shut off, dude. This is not a good time for that. But surely he'll be back online soon. Activating ER tool. Meanwhile, Romain, I missed it, but Romain gets through one of the most dangerous running sections in the whole DRL, which is Black Knife Catacomb. Okay, there we go. He's back. Iron is back. I think. Although I'm getting deja vu. Did he not already fight this boss? I don't know. There have been so many Godskins, dude, but absolutely blast the Noble here. No, I think we're good. Our Romain's got a Watchdog in here. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, Iron gonna head back to that Western Avatar in Liurnia, and I assume, like, we haven't seen anyone do the skip down that even Romain did, but there's an even riskier one that's closer to the Road's End Catacomb entrance, but I really like the one that Romain did, because that one's like actually reasonable, and you're not scared that Torrance is gonna slip off and you're gonna die necessarily. As long as you make the jumps correctly, then you're gonna survive. But he's the only one I've seen actually do that so far. I wonder when... You have to imagine Romain's going to swap weapons at some point. Okay, we got a Rolana fight. Dude, her damage is so funny in these early games sections. Like, she just doesn't even do anything. What does she even do, dude? Nice jump. I feel like a stun's got to be happening soon. There it is. Nice Rolana kill, dude. Meanwhile, we got a Bale fight for Iron. We saw Romain having some issues with this guy. Probably quite an advantage to come here later. He's not going to skip phase 2. Kind of need a stun weapon to do that. But skipping phase 2, like, it's honestly worth taking a bit of time trying to set up a stun on Bale and then skipping phase 2 because it It's so slow with that attack, but Bale nearly like falls off the edge there, man. Gotta be careful here, dude. I'd be scared of this ledge if I was Iron right now. Getting some nice jump attacks off. Good attacks happening. Where's that bleed? He gets a big whiff, gets knocked back. He should be able to get the kill here. Nicely done, dude. Good kill. Iron retakes the lead. But yeah, Iron's doing what we've seen most players do, which is just kind of run around. But the way Romain did, like, that skip is way faster than doing this, for sure. All right, Romain does take that Academy Key warp. He's heading to Bellum now. I wonder if... Oh, nice Torrent iframe on that Bellbearing Hunter body check attack. But I wonder the Altus access, like, is it possible that Capital is not faster? Okay, really nice Bellbearing Hunter, dude. They got that West Capital Rampart Lane Del Grace. I guess is that not faster than going through the precipice, I wonder? But he didn't get the Grace up there, so... He's heading to that Deathrite Bird and then the Royal Revenant as well. A small boss chain. Gets a Smaragd here. And I think he used that Sacred Bloody Flesh as well. Might be a little overkill on this guy, but... Use something. Iron is currently in Road's End Catacomb as well, but Romain does take a one boss lead for now. He's actually kind of up on the clock as well. Romain's got like an extra 30 seconds on his timer. Is that accurate? I think that is accurate. All right, Moog, Lord of Blood should get absolutely decimated by this Falk's lead build. Yep. Look at that, dude. Perfect. Doesn't even really get any attacks in there. I wonder if, you know what? I wonder if Iron wasted some time because he had to restart his stream or something. I wonder if he had to restart his stream and kind of like just sat there for a little bit. Could you imagine this match coming down to like 4 seconds or something and it's because he had to restart his stream? Okay, Loretta. Again, maybe another Ash of War here. It's a Frostbite. Nice, dude. And then phase 2. The only problem with this weapon is when you stun this boss. Wow, it just immediately knocks her back. But that was such a good Loretta kill. So clean, dude. Right, Iron fighting this Smaragd here, too. Oh, and he gets memed. Oh, you hate to see that. Yeah, this is like... Because Romain didn't get this, so he's... Yeah, and it just... Oh, he flies into the death box, dude. Oh, my goodness. That's what he gets, man. That's insane. Flies right into the kill box. People are probably thinking Iron just cheated right there, but there is a kill box around the Academy, and that Smaragd just flew right into it. That is insane. Yeah, that's nice. Get bad RNG, but then it quickly turns, and all of a sudden... Okay, Romain is in the capital right now, and he looks like he doesn't know what's going on. Oh, no, he knows what's going on. Okay. I was like, the amount of panic on his face right there. Oh, wait, is that an inseparable sword? Oh, no, it's the Mikola, or not Mikola, it's the Letta sword. Okay, Iron fighting this Loretta as well with the bleed build. Yeah, I guess so. So Romain's going to head up the shortcut. Oh, man, Loretta just gets decimated. I feel like that was faster than Zamor Curve Sword. But yeah, Romain's probably going to have to swap. I think he needs to swap from this Zamor Curve Sword right now. Oh, he found 2 hammers next to each other. Okay, I missed that part, dude. I just see the look on his face, and he's like... He's in shock, man. So does he have he's got a hammer build activated, or what? We'll see, I guess, when Iron goes there. He should shortly. Iron has killed quite a few more bosses, actually, but... And he hasn't even gone to Dragon Bearer yet, so I think that just means Romain has left a few bosses just hanging around in some other spots, but probably we'll just come back to them later. They still have lots of time. The pace is great right now. Like, we could definitely see in the 80s. Although this Altus access is not the best. All right, Bellbearing Hunter. I'm really liking this multi-hit build more than Zamor Curve Sword right now, I think. Like, so Romain should absolutely be swapping now. Like, well, I think just once you're in Altis, it's time to swap. Nice dodges. One more jump attack should do it. Gets knocked back by the shield attack. All right. Nice kill. On the Bellbearing Hunter. So Iron's going to be taking this this Bellum Highway path, the Black Knife Catacomb, which he hasn't gone there yet. Like, Iron has basically done everything he can aside from Dragon Barrow. Whereas Romain's taking the slow path to Altis from here. Yeah, definitely not the best way to access Altis, but it gets the job done, I guess. And even still, it's faster than Precipice. Precipice is just insanely slow. At least I think it's faster. All right, who do we got? And I guess the one advantage is it puts you right at this boss, too. But then you got to backtrack all the way through. Double Gargoyles in Altis, and he's still got that Zamor Curve Sword. Magic is good here, though. So maybe it's justifiable, but I could potentially see him bailing on this fight. Oh, man, I would love... If he actually does have another Great Hammer right now, though. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize that they had the poison AoE turned off on this. Gets a huge stun. Nicely done, dude. Actually, really solid weapon for this. I do think double bonk would be better, though. All right, Iron pumping up that dex. Okay, so now only now switches the Thorny tier. Iron does. I wasn't sure if he had it yet or if he equipped it, but I think he had that for a while. But yeah, Millicent Prosthesis plus Falx plus Thorny tier. But yeah, look at this double Garg from Romain, though. I was even thinking maybe like a skip is possible for that, but does it really nicely. Yeah, this is a weird Altis path, though, for sure. Like, it's definitely not ideal for a high boss seed, but Iron decimating the Morgott, dude. Nice roll on the AoE as well. Gets hit by the geyser, though. And look at that fire cherry just looking on, dude. That's so funny. All right, nice kill from Iron. No Dectus anywhere to be found on this seed, apparently. Which I feel like definitely would have been faster than going through this lane Dell part, but yeah, there is also that Godfrey fight, but I'd be very surprised to see that, just considering you got to go through one of the most dangerous randomizer sections to get it, which is the that like tree branch section or the root section. Oh boy, Romain going to a Ghost Flame Dragon in such a dangerous spot, and he's just going in with the Ash of War. Oh my goodness, this is so dangerous, dude. I do not like this at all. Like, magic does not work on these Ghost Flames, dude. I do not like this one bit. I mean, he just ran in, and there are so many enemies around here, but... Oh, the Falx are no good either. Does he not have a Great Hammer? I mean, honestly, Falx is definitely better than Zamor Curve Sword, but look at all the enemies around here, dude. Or you know what? Maybe he just Zamor Curve Sword to try to clear out the enemies or something? Yeah, the multi-hit is still doing some work here, though, but you better pray this is not the summoner. If this is the summoner, this is... Oh, and it is. Oh, boy, it's the summoner. Okay, maybe it's the more Curve Sword Ash of War here or something? Oh, he gets the stun, though? So meanwhile, Iron gets no problem through the Black Knife Catacomb. Takes early riposte. This is really bad. Like, I don't even... Like... What do you even do here? He's going to swap back some more Curve Sword, try to AoE them down. That's what I was thinking. Doesn't get them. I think he's got this, though. I think he's got it. Surely no Jinx, but he's handling this pretty well here. But he needs to not use this Ash of War on the boss. Just jump attacks are way better than this. Like, doubles a more Curve Sword jump attack, even if he doesn't actually have the Great Hammers. Would be way better than this. Okay, gets the second stun. Okay, he gets the job done, dude. Honestly, well done. These Ghost Flame Dragons are proving to be a huge problem when you don't have any sort of Sacred Blade. But we just saw Iron there looking in his menu. He's looking at the Colossal Swords. I mean, let's see this Rolana. Rolana is resistant to slash damage. The damage is still pretty solid. Choosing not to jump over that one. It's a bleed proc. I wonder if he sees stun. Probably not with curve swords. How is he not getting hit by this stuff, dude? Okay, there. Well, maybe he is getting hit, but it's just the damage is so low. It doesn't even matter. It's so funny seeing her do this little damage. Nice kill. Iron is up to 56 bosses, dude. It's actually got a 3-boss lead right now, but is that a real lead or not? I don't know. I still don't know who's in the lead here. We got a Metter fight. You know, it's probably good that she's contained in here, though. Gonna go with that bleed. I think Romain needs to swap his build soon. Like, that Zamora Curve Sword isn't... I mean, it's still good, but it's not probably as good as the multi-hit bleed build. Oh, and he gets a kill before even phase 2. Really nice, dude. And Iron's heading to Dragon Bearer right now. We saw a super close call with this first boss. It was an Abductor plus a Demi-Human Chief. Let's see how this works. I mean, Iron's definitely got a better build than Romain had at this point, but just this damage is so high. It takes a hit there, but no problem. Revenger's Blade on the Demi-Human Chief. Oh boy, the Abductor's right behind. Okay, actually really nicely done, dude. Got them separated. Shouldn't be too much of an issue here now. Unless a grab happens, but even a grab, I feel like you survive. Yeah, that was clean from Iron right there. He probably saved a good amount of time, too, over Romain. I kind of feel like Iron's in the lead, like just based on having 3 extra bosses killed, but I don't see where he would have made up that time right now. It could just be that, you know, in the time that Romain took to run to from Capital to Altus, just Iron was able to kill a bunch of extra bosses, so it's not actually a real lead. That's probably mostly what it is. Oh, so you got the Commander O'Neill armor. That's a really solid armor set for Iron right there. And we should see him go to the bridge boss. Agilica goes down easily with the Zamora Curve Sword. I say you got to swap build soon, but it's still working fine. Right, Sanguine Noble. Revenger's Blade is probably really good on these guys too, isn't it? I wonder... Can you parry Revenger's Blade? I don't even know. I don't know if you could, like, do it right there when he's trying to parry you. Outspacing a bunch of his attacks. Very solid defensive build right here, actually, too. Well, I mean, you have some options. Meanwhile, we got a Dragonkin Soldier. Another good Zamora Curve Sword boss, actually. Iron gets a big bleed proc on the Sanguine Noble and gets the kill as well. These guys are on great pace, man. Both of them are on really high boss pace right now. Like easily 80 boss pace. For both of them. Now, who is this Avatar replacement boss? I didn't get to see if Romain checked who it was. Yeah, Romain currently working through some of the Altus chains. So he's going to catch up on bosses pretty quick here because there are 3 quick bosses in this area. Well, as long as that duo boss isn't a skip. Ooh, it's a Fortis Axe, dude. He's going with that Frostbite. Like, Romain must have saw this and skipped it, which I don't blame him for. This boss can stall a lot, but you know what? The Zamora Curve Sword's doing some good work here. Like, the great thing about fighting Fortis Axe on this is that you get such a massive punish on the opening, and then anytime the boss decides to do that Death Lightning attack, you just get massive damage. Whoa, that was weird. Oh boy, the boss is getting on the tree. He's going back to that double curve sword, but yeah, the boss is on the tree. See if he walks off of it. He should have walked off of it there. Romain's got a Millennia fight in Altus. This is not so easy, dude. Well, maybe... Well, her damage is pretty low, actually, but... Okay, Waterfowl... Doesn't dodge. He's got to be careful. Okay, he recovers. Oh, boy. He recovers. Like, we've seen people panic on Waterfowl. You know, you get hit by the first part. Sometimes you're just like, you know, you're in full-blown panic mode. You start rolling, but this Fortis Axe is going down here, and there it goes. Now, Romain does have the option to go back to that Fortis Axe, I think, but... Wow, Millennia is so squishy right here, and she's going crazy in phase 2. Do you even get a stun here? It doesn't get it. Millennia just gets a couple free attacks in for no reason. That was a nice save by Romain, dude. Like, Millennia's damage isn't that high right now, but, you know, if you get hit by the entire first part of Waterfowl, it's going to do a lot of damage, no matter what, pretty much. Oh, gets the full Revenger's Blade, and she's dead. Oh, my God. What a kill that was. Gets the full Revenger's Blade, and then she just gets smoked. Damn, dude. All right, 59 to 57 is the score right now. And Iron, like, what has he not done that's pre-Altus at this point? He's in that Dragon Barrow cave. There's really... I can't think of anything left that he has not done. Meanwhile, Romain's heading to this duo boss. I don't see either of them. Oh, it's a Placidusax, dude. He's going to skip it. Oh, and we got a Rogalia, too. That's probably not what you want to see in this high scaling for Iron in Dragon Barrow Cave. Like, even that Liurnia Rogalia or Rava was pretty tanky, but... See if he gets that stun soon. He builds up a bunch of poise, gets the Frostbite, and then swaps to the Falx here. We got a Commander Nile here as well. Oh, boy, and the Placidusax is raining down on him. This is so bad. Uh-oh. This is extremely bad. Is he just gonna fight this anyways? This is crazy, man. Like, the worst case would be he gets frostbitten by O'Neal or by Nile and then gets hit by something like lightning combo. But Placidusax is just continually raining down on him right now. What is even happening? Like, he's just spamming the same move, I guess, but he's just gonna stay in this Nile fight. I don't like it, dude. I really don't like this. What is even happening? How is he still going? Oh, Iron is gonna head to the... He's gonna head to the Godfrey fight, dude. This is crazy. The Placidusax is just... He has to do something about this. There's no way, right? I mean, he does have the boss almost at like half health, though. It's almost like Placidusax is bugged right now. He has to be bugged. This is unbelievable gaming right here, dude. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Okay, Iron is making his way up the tree branches right now, and he's actually doing it, and you know what? Niall's almost dead. Oh my goodness, what a kill that is. That is probably the most impressive thing I've seen this entire season so far, dude. That was unreal. Okay, it's a double Crystallium fight for Iron in this Godfrey fight, and you know what? The branches weren't that bad. So I'm wondering if like Romain's gonna head back this way because like next thing you know, there's also the Morgott fight who's really quick to access here. So Romain should check this, but maybe later in the game. Okay, so who's the other boss though? But I guess he's just not even gonna bother with that. It was the Placidusax and someone else, but we'll have to see what Iron does when he gets up there. But double Crystalline goes down. It's the magic tier as well. I mean, that would be good with that more curved sword, but... Oh, the lightning was hitting the boss too? I didn't even notice that. Really? Dang, dude. That's insane. So that's how he was doing so much damage then, because I didn't even notice that, because yeah, the Nile health bar wasn't up. What a... Dude, Romain is gaming here, man, but Iron is in the lead still. But that was one of the... Like I said, that was one of the most impressive things I've seen in DRL so far. That was really sick, man. And you know what's great too is Morgott's only a phase 1 fight. Like a lot of bosses if you come back into this arena in Ashen Capital, it's a double boss fight, and that probably would be a little worse. And you know what? This also counts for Margit as well. So this is a double boss here. This is a Morgott and Margit counts as dead when you kill this boss. And Theodoric's is also happening, but it's an Estelle, and Estelle's gonna get bled here, maybe? And not quite. Meteorite could probably do a lot of damage here if he doesn't get this kill in time. Oh, and he gets the bleed at the perfect time. So look at his score here. He's gonna go up to 63. Get Stone Barbed here. Let's see if Romain goes back to this. I mean, you got to go to this Morgott. I actually kind of forgot about that. Accounting for a double boss, so you got to go do that for sure. This is gonna this could be. I mean, this could be a high 80 seed. Am I insane? They're at 63 bosses with 29 minutes left. I mean, maybe, dude. Definitely mid 80s. I could see. All right, we got a Leonine. So Romain is... Oh, no, it's... Oh, I see. Okay, it's Leonine plus... or Misbegotten plus Crucible Knight. Well, what was that? Did he guard break the... Was that a guard break on the Crucible Knight, dude? Okay, Iron now is heading to Altus. Nice jump attack on that. Ash of War. Nice kill by Romain, dude. This is so good. They're both decimating the seed. And this is not an easy seed so far, man. This is not easy. Iron does have a 3-boss lead, but some of that lead is going to go away here because Romain is going through Altus, but Iron has to do this kind of long running section to get there. I guess that was maybe like the one inefficient thing with the seed is that they don't have like Dectus would have been faster, I think. So having this lane Del Grace for the 3 easy quick boss, or well, maybe not easy, but the 3 quick boss kills, plus having Dectus to get to Altus faster would have been maybe optimal, but they did not find it. I'm wondering if Romain's going to head back to that Godfrey at some point. Like, I guess he surely will, right? Like, I was thinking maybe you skip it because the tree branch can be scary, but you got to go for it if there are 3 bosses there. But maybe you just do it right at the end of the match so that you don't have to go run to the Erd tree and, like, do the dialogue stuff first. We will see, but Romain's got a Gaius in a tiny arena. This seed is nasty, dude. Well, I mean, it's like a really high skill seed, I think, where a high score is on the table if you play well enough. And he's got that Zamor Curve Sword. It's doing pretty well. See if you can get a stun right here. Should get it. Oh, not quite, dude. Okay, there's a stun. Ash of War. Nice. Gaius, dude. Wow, this is great. This is great stuff, dude. Yeah, and see, Iron's going down this slow-ass elevator. It's going to give time Romain to catch up a little bit on boss kills, but he's basically done the running section now, and he's still 2 bosses ahead, plus got this double gargoyle fight happening right here, so... But we'll see. I mean, I think this is so close right now, because if Romain decides to go do that Morgott now, like, let's just say he did it now, and, like, they're pretty much tied, I think. Okay, we got a Watchdog plus a Kindred of Rot. And the Kindred of Rot is not going into his Zamor Ice Storm. Okay, Iron is blasting this. Oh, so they do get poisoned. Or maybe just the tick damage is gone. I don't know. I've never done with that setting, but... Okay, double gargoyle. Oh my god, he was so close to dying. I missed that. He got comboed, I guess. Wow, that was close. Look over, and all of a sudden, he's at like 100 HP left. Okay, he does get that kill on that first one, though. Oh. He's still got to be really careful, dude. He's got to heal. Why does he not want to heal? Oh, he uses the dumpling. I kind of like that. He's already poisoned, so the dumpling's fine. Wow. We saw Romain have no issues with this fight, but Iron is probably the closest death we've seen here, or maybe the second closest. Dang. Yeah, just gets comboed, man. That's what happens on this boss. We see Romain doing the skip, and he dismounts on Torrent, which is probably smart just to make sure you actually land properly. Okay, well, Romain did make up a little bit of time on that fight, but I don't know who's ahead. I have no idea. Who is ahead right now? I don't think you can say either way, dude. I don't think you could say. And yeah, right now, Romain's heading into the Sage's Cave, which has 2 bosses in it. So he's probably going to catch up on boss kills. He's probably going to catch up on boss kills. Let's see how... But we got a Ghost Flame Dragon up here for Iron, dude. This fight is... I mean, does he have no heals left? This could be a huge problem. Yeah, okay, so he's probably going to return here, which is like maybe a little bit of time loss. What I probably would have liked to see from Iron is after killing that duo Gargs is maybe just go right back to the Grace really quick. It would have been a little slower, but it would have been faster than having to run back to this Ghost Flame Dragon. We got a Golden Godfrey for Romain here. I definitely would like to see not Zamor Curve Sword for this, I think, but I mean, you know what? If you just go underneath the attacks and stuff. Yeah, he's getting interrupted constantly. Yep, the more curved sword is not the best here. Gotta be so careful too, man. Oh boy. They're both taking a lot of hits. Okay, way too early on the jump attack too. Gonna heal up. This is not a clean gold free fight at all. And I think it's a weapon issue almost. Mostly. Like, this is just not a good weapon on this boss who's so aggressive, who has a lot of hits done on his attacks, but he gets to get the kill eventually. He's out of heals. Like, double some more curved sword is on the table, or the Falks, or something, like something else other than this right now. Oh boys. Okay, it's a fire giant phase 1. That's not as bad. Yeah, Falks is definitely the play here. Yeah, this is actually not so bad. Yeah, great damage. Oh, he's gonna get... Oh, and he gets a huge bleed proc. Very nicely done. All right, let's see this Metter. Yeah, Iron wasting no time, but gets kind of a bad attack to start. It's a triple attack chain. Okay, Metter trying to jump out, but it doesn't work. Oh, goodbye, Metter. Oh, boy. Down goes Metter, dude. And they were temporarily tied at 64 for a second there, but Iron goes back into the lead. But I wondered, that Ghost Flame Dragon, is Iron going to go back for that? Maybe not, dude. There's only 22 minutes left. He probably will at some point because the pace is so good. He's going to have time. But I don't know. Like, that's probably a pretty low priority boss right now. Probably just wants to go do everything else first and then go back to that at the end. Or at some point later in the match. Yeah, Iron's got... Yeah, definitely the Falks here. But he does have that Zamor Curve Sword in his other hand, in his offhand, so... Okay, Iron retakes a 2-boss lead. They're both pretty much even on the clock as well now, all of a sudden. They're within like 5 seconds of each other. So... Like, at one point, Romain had an extra 30 seconds. But... Who is ahead? I have no idea. Iron misses the jump up to RomainJacques, I guess. I mean, this is like hardly even a skip, actually, but... Kind of gets... Or he slips off there. Romain is in Old Altus Tunnel right now. We're about to see some more gaming, too, because Iron's going to be heading up to that Placidusax fight very soon. Romain trying the fire bomb strat on the Deathrite Bird doesn't really do very much. The more curved sword, probably not the best on this guy, but it's still pretty good, though. Yep, nice kill on Deathbird. Nice kill on the Dragonkin Soldier as well. What is Iron going to do here, I wonder? What will he do? I mean, he's probably going to go to this cave first. Oh boy, this will be... Like, since we know what's coming, this is going to be insane. How will he play this? Will he survive it? I mean, it's honestly insane. Well, it's if Placidusax did not hit Nile, then I don't think... Like, I didn't notice that he was hitting him. But obviously Romain did, and that's probably why he stayed in the fight. I thought he was going to leave, but it makes sense. If the Placidusax is dealing damage to the Nile, then it's okay. Because then you don't have to go for anything crazy, but we will see. We also, I don't believe, well, at least I didn't see what the other boss was with that Placidusax, because that Tree Sentinel duo is two, it randomizes to two just like completely random solo bosses. It's not like most other duos where it can only randomize to two enemies that are from duo bosses originally. Okay, Romain's got a Hero Zamor. Still rocking that Zamor Curve Sword. And I mean, it's still working quite well. All right, we got Millennia for Iron as well. This is quite a boss chain, dude. Let's see if he can have as clean of a fight. I mean, Romain did tank an entire waterfowl, but Here's More goes down. It's just that phase 2 that Romain had. He totally skipped phase 2. Pretty much. Nice spacing. Interesting camera work happening here. Nice attack. Ooh, gets a waterfowl. He's going to run away from it. I guess I don't mind that. Has enough room. Let's get clipped there, though. I feel like he maybe be a little more aggressive, but okay, does get the phase 1 down. Let's see how this phase 2 goes. Let's see if he does that Revenger's Blade. Rot Flower. Sacred Bloody Flesh here. Does he go in with Revenger's Blade? He does. Oh, he doesn't do the follow-up, though. Oh, he didn't do the follow-up. It was a perfect time, and now he's going to get the flower again. Does he go in? He maybe could have gone in. But he's going to get a huge stall attack on the second flower. Who is in the lead? I feel like Romain's in the lead now, dude. Okay, he does do the Revenger's Blade on the second one. Gets the kill. Nicely done. Very clean kill. But unfortunately, I think Romain's was faster, but like their time is the exact same right now. They're all on they're to the second at the same time. And now we have a massive fight coming up. Iron is going to see this Placidusax just chilling. Actually looks really cool up there. Okay, the other boss is oh my god, it's Fia's Champs as the second boss. That is insane. Okay, Skelly Misbegotten as well goes down easily. It's Fia's Champs, dude. What is he gonna do? But you know what? The Placidusax is killing Fia's champions. All right, here we go. Iron is in the fight. Is he gonna stay? He's gonna stay, I think. Doesn't dodge. Got to be so careful with the summons coming out here. Oh my god, dude. Honestly, if this was me, I would have left. I feel like I don't think I would do this. Oh, and he's got another just Mausoleum Knight from behind. I think he's gonna leave. Yeah, he's leaving, dude. Okay. What does this mean, though? I wonder. Like, Romain did... Like, he actually... His fight was slow, but... Was it slow enough that skipping is the same pace? I feel like skipping is probably... They're probably similar. All right, Romain's getting a Miranda plus a Crystallion. He's trying to line them both up with this more curve sword. Like, this more curve sword is really working well on this seed, isn't it? Look at that. Just so beautiful. Oh, Iron goes back to the Nile fight. Okay. So he goes back. So he actually is just going to take a huge time loss on that then. So, I mean, Romain's in the lead, like, for sure now, I think. Unless this Nile is really quick. Let's see how he does here. Curve Sword gets the guard break. Oh, you know what? His Nile's going to be so much faster than Romain's, though. Like, maybe it's actually similar. He's getting clipped. Watch that Frostbite. I don't know. Let's see. Got that interesting camera work Iron does. This is on mouse and keyboard, but... Nice strafes. That's a nice stun. He's kind of missing a bunch of jump attacks, though. Takes the riposte. One more hit should do it. All right, down he goes. 69 to 68. The score right now, they are to the second at the same time. Same in-game time. Romain trying to skip that. I've seen some other people try to do, and I've never seen anyone do it first try. But I guess the idea is that you skip the enemies on the way up. But it is just a Miranda, so... Okay, he baits that, whatever that attack's called away. Gonna easily get the kill here. Oh, he's using a trackpad, like, on a controller? Dude, why did I think he was on mouse and keyboard? Maybe because he's got the mouse and keyboard prompts up, like, with the icons. Or wait, is he using mouse and keyboard with a trackpad on a laptop or something? That would be insane, dude, if that's true. Doesn't really look like it, though. It looks like he's using controller based on his movement. Okay, 69 to 69. Iron has a slight lead, but I don't think that's a real lead, dude. I think Romain's ahead. And look at this boss pace, by the way, dude. 15 minutes left, and they're basically at 70 bosses. And Romain still got that Godfrey into the double boss with Morgoth on, like, just sitting there. But yeah, Theodorix is an absolute tank. We got a lobster happening. See if we can get a bleed proc. Oh boy, a lobster and a crab? This is unreal stuff. Got the whole ocean coming after him right here. Oh, this is more time loss for Iron. I don't think Romain had any issues with this Theodorix, dude. What's he gonna do? Oh yeah, he's wasting too much time here, man. I kind of feel like he just got to send it, but I think he's trying to bait the enemies away. Oh, he's gonna leave? Or what is he doing? Oh boy, that's actually devastating. That's a massive time loss, dude. Ooh, that's really bad. Meanwhile, Romain takes out this nice cavalry in Liurnia. He's cleaning up some of the early game bosses. He's done most of the Altus chains now. Oh, that's really bad for Iron, dude. I kind of feel like he had to go back in and just go for it there. Because now that's twice where he's left a boss and returned back to them, where Romain kind of just like took him out. You know, one with that Nile and then now with the Theodorix. And he had the boss down to like 3 hits there. So, yeah, Romain definitely has a meaningful lead right now, like a pretty significant lead. But anything can happen. Oh, you know what? Iron was going to go back to that Theodorix and now is leaving to go back to the Godefroy, dude. Some indecision right there. Ooh, that's going to be really hard to come back from now. He just, in my opinion, I think he just had to go for it. And we're still not seeing that Grafted Blade double greatsword build, but you know what? That instance right there, you would love to have an Oath of Vengeance to spam while all those enemies are attacking you. You would love to have had that. Because you take so much less damage. Okay, Soldier of Godric boss goes down. Okay, Misbegotten and Crucible Knight. Massive advantage for Romain right now, dude. It's kind of going wrong for Iron right now. He's made a few mistakes. I think what he did for Nile was perfectly fine, but that Theodorix, dude, probably just had to identify the enemies better there. But who knows? I mean, Iron might be thinking, like, there's no way my opponent survives on this seed. Like, this is such a crazy seed that surviving this long for both players have been very impressive, actually. Yeah, Romain heading back to Caelid and cleaning up some of the bosses that he left. I guess he probably wasn't that fussed about doing them all this early because Dectus wouldn't have been that huge anyways because they already had Altus access. I assume if they didn't have Altus access, he probably would have gone to check every possible place Dectus could have been before going there, but... Okay, Crucible Knight down. 71 to 70 to score. Romain, I think, concretely has a lead right now. I'm not sure by how much. Because it's very hard to say because they've done different boss orders, but Romain also still has the capital bosses remaining. It's certainly not over yet, though. It is not over yet. I mean, the boss counts are so close, but Romain probably has a bigger lead than it appears right now, I think. All right, it's the other apostle. like we literally have gotten every single Godskin enemy or a boss version in this. Okay, we got a guy's fight for Iron too. He's got a great weapon for it though. Lots of jump attack opportunities. Apostle goes down. It's like Iron's sensitivity's low or something. Like he's having a hard time keeping up with the bosses turning around him. You know what though? There's a more curve sword actually did way better here than this. He's only at half health and like no stun. Okay, one more hit. Nice. Okay, that was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Okay, Romain heading down to this this Ghost Flame Dragon here. Iron wasted a bunch of time on this, but let's see what Romain does. It's got the double curve sword. Definitely not optimal. Imagine the boss like flies off the edge or something. I still think that double Zamor curve sword jump attack build would be best for these guys. Because it should be just standard damage. Like, I think Slash is not great against them, but I mean, the damage is okay. But we are in early Caelid, so... Okay, Iron is going to probably Oh. Wait, was that a bleed or what the hell was that? It was a double hit? Wow, that was a really nice Ghost Flame Dragon. Oh, he's not dead yet. Oh, he's definitely not dead yet. The caster curse is coming in, dude. But Iron takes out that ugly duo boss. Okay, he does get the kill. He's not going to head into the catacomb. I don't mind that. I mean, it's not the fastest catacomb. Iron still has Sage's Cave, though. Whoa, Romain's going to Dragon Barrow here. Interesting play. Oh, man. Okay, but he's actually smoking Dancer with that Revenger's Blade. Her damage isn't really that high either, but she does get the big heal. When is he going to go back to Lane Dell? Is what I'm wondering. Still has just over 9 minutes left. Okay, does get that Dancer kill. 74-72 is the score. I feel like that's pretty accurate. I do feel like Romain probably has a 2-boss lead right now. Like a legitimate 2-boss lead. But he's still got Abandoned Cave left. He's still got a Huge left. But ironyeu's has got Sage's Cave here. So, yeah, Abandoned Cave. Sage's Cave has the double boss. This is you got the Gary plus the Invisible Assassin boss. But Romain also has Lane Dell remaining. And that's where his lead's at, I think. That's where his big lead's at, because you go kill that Morgott, that does count as 2 bosses. Because that Margit also dies when you kill Morgott. So, kind of a cool thing. But you know what? Godfrey with this build is way better than what Romain had. So should be able to save a bit of time here. Meanwhile, this Garronk is running away from Romain massively here, using the terrain to his advantage. Garronk is right now, but Godfrey goes down very efficiently. Okay, well, there goes half of his health bar. And the boss dies. Garronk tried his best to use everything to his advantage, but it just did not work. All right, Fire Giant Phase 1. Ooh, gets a kind of unlucky opening, but let's see what he gets here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, he is getting memed here. Why does this happen? Iron is getting absolutely trolled. This is unbelievable. Dude, this is unreal stuff. You hate to see this. Okay, gets the break, finally. Why does this happen? Oh, he goes for the other ankle. Wow, that was a smart play right there. Goes for the other ankle, gets the kill. Honestly, he really played that perfectly with what he had there. Just got totally memed, which seems to happen, doesn't it? The person who's behind seems to get the worst RNG. Why does that happen? He's going to be heading to Old Aldous Tunnel left. There's only 7 minutes left, dude. 7 minutes left. I really think both players can get to 80 here, but... well, Iron maybe slowed down a little bit with some of the incidents in Altus. Romain is definitely on pace for 80, though. Really just depends what he's got left. I mean, he's got that Lane Dell. I wonder how much time... Because, yeah, it's smart to leave Lane Dell for the end, I guess, in theory. And then so you don't have to do that dialogue. But then what if you miss time and you don't get that Morgott kill in time, and then you're missing 2 bosses like that, right? Like, okay, down goes Agil in Abandoned Cave. It's just, I don't... Okay, he's going to go now. He's going now. So I do like the play. Like, leaving it late sounds good, like I said, in theory, but it just, realistically, there's no way you can leave that for the very end and risk missing a double boss kill. Yep, and this is where Romain's big lead is here. Iron's going to Old Aldous Tunnel. What a game this has been, man. What an absolutely insane game. Iron heading up to that Deathray Bird. Let's see this branch, though. This branch... Iron got past it no problem. I think the enemies are good. Yeah, enemies are very good. This, like, the branch is really scary for randomizer deathless runs because all it takes is just one big enemy, like a rune bear, and you get pushed off and you're just dead. But nice kill on the Death Bird from Iron. who temporarily gets within one boss, but the lead is going to grow here because you have 3 really quick kills for the price of 2, pretty much, in Lane Dell. Gonna go with that Zamor Curve Sword. Try to AoE both of them and get stuns on them. I kind of like it, dude. I really like it. Look at this, man. Damn. You know what? That Zamor Curve Sword starting class is looking really good right now, isn't it? Like, I was thinking the Great Hammer was the better play. It was probably close, but both players are showing that Zamor Curve Sword is still working very well. At least on this seed. And I guess what's great is that they still have other options too, right? Like, if they didn't have the Falks with them, then maybe it would have been a bit more of a problem. Iron's heading to Sanguine Noble right now. Let's see. I think Romain already went here. Yeah, it's here's more. Wouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, classics and more backstep strafing people's attacks. The question is, what does Romain have left after this? He's in pretty solid control right now. He just had he just kind of avoided some incidents with some of the Lane Dell bosses that Iron ran into. Oh, nice reaction with that Zamor Ice Storm. Definitely feel like the Fogs are going to be better here, though, because Estelle is the only element, or the only status Estelle is immune to is Frost, I think. So, probably do not want to be using this weapon here. He's just going to go for a stun. Gets the stun, but then... Okay, he's just going to keep going with the more Ice Storm. I mean, it's okay. Meanwhile, Iron takes out a Miranda. This Crystalline as well. Can he get the kill? Okay, he cannot get the kill before the teleport, but... Oh, Estelle teleports so far away. Wonder how much damage the meteorite does on the scaling. I mean, normally it does a lot. Okay, it's not that much. And not too bad, but just like that, Romain gets 2 boss kills. Iron temporarily kind of ties it, almost. But just like that, Romain's at 79 boss kills. Oh boy, where is he going to go now? Because Iron is right on his trail, man. Iron is heading into the Altus Tunnel, I think. Oh boy. This is... Let's see. I mean, an incident for either player could really seal the match, actually. Well, I mean... If Romain has an incident, Iron could easily catch up. Well, maybe not easily, though. You know what? There's only 2.5 minutes left. I don't know if there's enough time, dude, because the problem is Iron would have to kill 3 bosses. Even if Romain died right now, Iron would have to kill 3 bosses to win. Which, in 2 minutes, 20 seconds, I just don't see it, I guess. And you know what? It all came down to that... Like, I think that Theodorix was really the thing that sealed the match, dude. I think Iron was maybe a little bit behind before that point. Romain heading back to Caelid. What does he have to do here still? Did he not fight that Knight's Cav? Okay, Iron's going to take out the Scale and Misbegotten, though. Well, he does get... Okay, he's going to the Cemetery Shade. I mean, is there any chance that Iron kills 2 more bosses? He's going to head down to the Mesmer. And there's no way he's getting that in time. Wait. Oh, I thought he was heading back to Caelid, but he is now. Now, he does still have that Ghost Flame Dragon and Altus remaining, but he's going to head over to this Dancer, which I think he should easily get this in time. Well, maybe not easily. But is he going to be able to kill another boss? And then is Romain not going to kill the boss in time? I don't know, man. I mean, it's possible. Maybe. It's just hard to imagine it. Like, Iron's got to go insane. The Dancer heals, though. Oh my lord, that's what I was talking about, that perfume damage, dude. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. That's probably going to do it. So Romain, man, played so clean, and this was such a hard seed for both. I'm very surprised that neither of them died. At least not yet. Definitely one of the harder seeds we've seen, and Romain's going to hit 80 on it. Like, this kind of felt like the almost exact opposite of the last seed that we watched. Where it's just like, you know, they have a good build, but not the best build. Okay, GG for Iron on that Dancer kill. Yeah, and the score is tied right now, but Romain's gonna get this Hippo for sure. Wouldn't even matter anyways. Yeah, it would be interesting. Like, I wonder if Iron went back for that Theodorix and just greeted it. Like, who knows what would have happened, dude? Because that was really the difference, man. That was the difference, is that Iron bailed on the Theodorix, and if he got the kill, like, it would have been a tie for sure. Wow, I cannot believe it came down to that one little thing, dude. That one thing. But yeah, that's GG's, man. Romain is on an absolute tear in the winner's bracket right now. He was the 14th seed. And he has won now 3 straight winner's bracket matches. He's going to face Forsa in the winner's final. What a legend, dude. And you know what? That play with him fighting the Nile fight with Placidusax blasting him as well. That was insane stuff. That was the best play I've seen this entire season, I think. But dude, I cannot believe how close this was. It all came down to that Theodorix. That was it. And yeah, the crash maybe had an impact. Honestly, I don't think so. Iron wouldn't have had enough time. But it was the Theodorix, dude. That was it. If Iron was able to go back into that Theodorix and finish it off, I still think Romain maybe would have won, but it would have been tied at 80 for sure. And it would have just come down to who killed the 80th boss first. And I don't know who would have done it. I don't know. Like, I really don't know, dude. It was as close as it gets, dude. But yeah, GG's, man. What a match that was. And like, look at this path that Romain is taking right now. He deserves to be celebrating like that, because look at this path he's taken. He took out number 3, the number 3 seed from the qualifier. He was number 14. Pick out number 6. And now he's taking out number 2. Like, he's going insane, dude. It's actually wild. Now he's going to be going against Forsa, who's ranked 8. Or ranked 8 in the qualifier. I mean, Forsa's had a pretty clean path to victory. I mean, he had a close one in the round 1, but that will be quite a match right there. But yeah, GG's, man. GG's to both runners. That was... I mean, it probably wasn't the closest match I watched, but it felt like it. Because what was that other one I watched that ended up being tied? I can't remember. But that felt like one of the closest matches I've seen, just simply because if Iron got that Theodorix, I don't know who would have won. Like, I have no idea. Who would have won that, dude? It's so hard to say. It's actually insane. But anyways, yeah, no, like, I guess the good thing about being in the winner's bracket, Iron is not eliminated. Iron is going to be going to right here. So he's going to face the winner of Neora or Plural. And it's actually not that insane of a path to get back to the grand final, because that's the main goal, right? But the problem is, now Iron is going to have to win 1, 2, 3 matches straight, plus 2 more against the winner of the winner's final. That's the problem. You need to win. He's going to have to win 5 straight matches in order to win. Whereas the path for Romain now, he just needs to win 2 more. 2 more matches and he wins the grand final. Isn't that insane? That's how double elimination works, dude. If you just simply don't lose and you get to the grand final, then you still have to, like, the double elimination still applies, right? You still need to lose twice. And so, you know, you get through the loser's bracket and you have to win twice in a row against the person who won the winner. So, I mean, Romain's got a great chance to win the entire thing, dude. He's the absolute killer. But yeah, GG's, man. That was quite a match. But yeah, well played to Iron as well. Like, this is probably one of the highest quality matches I've seen, I think. Maybe even the highest. Because they had a really hard seed. And, I mean, they both got an insane score on it. They both didn't die. Yeah, that's some good stuff, dude. I cannot believe it, if I'm Iron right now, I'm just thinking that Theodorix, man. I really think that's what decided the match. Was that Theodorix? If he goes for that, I don't know. It's so hard to say what would have happened, I guess, but anyways, yeah, the score doesn't show how hard the seed was. I mean, if you were just looking, we're also going to be switching back to some Elden Ring now, but yeah, GG's to both. But yeah, if you just like look at the scores that people get on certain seeds, there are some seeds that are like, okay, that was probably an easy one if they get into like mid 80s or something like that. But this is one where you might look at it and go like, oh, 80 to 79, maybe it was an easy seed. It was not. Like, they just both played insanely well. It was a seed that had potential for a high score, though, and they both did it. But it just, in order to actually get to that point, they had to play insanely well, which they did. So, wow, that was quite a match, dude. Jesus.